Testing, testing. Hey Ashley, what's going on, love? Oh, thanks for asking. I'm doing a little better. How about yourself? Seems like the medication they gave me is sort of working for the most part for now. Until I probably like get an in-depth checkup or a second opinion. Um, I've been doing my best to save. I've been talking to my boo thing. I've been getting good grades. I haven't been working out, but I don't want to do too much because of my chest pain. But I have been trying to eat well, keeping things clean and reading books and just really in my own lane for real, for real. How about yourself? How are you mentally, physically, spiritually, emotionally, financially, health wise, whatever you want to talk about? um, yeah, I've been trying my best. Thank you. That was nice for you to ask because I don't like to tell a lot of people what I'm going through. I don't I go through a lot on my own, and I just assume certain people wouldn't care, so I wouldn't even say anything. So I know that's right. Mentally, yes, I clear that mind. Have you been going on some walks and stuff? And let me know if this air or anything is too loud. I want to make sure you guys can hear me clearly. Hey, Can. Welcome in, new sub. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, share, or make sure to read the description box and the title. And let me know what you guys are interested in, whether that's a message from a specific person of your choice or a message from spirit. The person doesn't have to be a crush. It could be an ex. It could be a coworker. It could be a friend. It could be whoever. It don't have to be romantic, but I know most people it's probably gonna be romantic, so but that's fine. If anybody wants more than one message from person or spirit, a donation is required, and those prices are in the description box. Check out the community post where I post collective readings that you may resonate. Really good advice of my own that others you may want to see. Suggest some video ideas for this channel. Yes, I do all kind of readings to set mediumship at this time. Personal private readings are still open and available. I know I haven't said that in a while, but they are. Those can go by private live stream, private recorded video, email, text, or phone call. And I think that's about all to mention. Most things are, like I said, in the description box. If it's not there, please let me know and I will inform you. Thank you. All right, so Ashley, you came in first. I'm gonna pull yours, then I got you, Can. I make you surrender to my loving baby. Hey, I'm in a music vibe. I like when I play music, but I don't want to miss out on anything in the chat. Yeah, I'm seeing 7-7. Okay, period. Yes, looking for 7. I'm mad I don't see that all the time. But then again, I'm not that mad because I see my favorite synchronicity, which is 444 all the time. So, but it would be nice sometimes to see 777. Like, ooh, I'm seeing 222. Oh, somebody enters. But let's see. And speaking of that, I just seen 444 roll by. That's crazy. Turn this off for a second. Let me cool down a little bit. Can I get an accurate read for Ashley here, please, Spirit? Can I get an extra accurate read for Ashley here, please, Spirit? What message does Josh have for Ashley at this time? What message does Josh have for Ashley at this time? What does Josh want to say to Ashley at this time? What is Josh love message to Ashley at this time? On card, please, Spirit. What's Josh message towards Ashley at this time? And these cards trying to fall out my hand. I have other priorities that need my attention right now. Please be patient. So it's like, I'm not really trying to put you last. You know, I want to put you first, but I know that I can't. Otherwise, I'm fucked. Oh, man. They also could be waiting on some type of like clarity from you as well. So I hope they get you clarity. clarity. Been seeing 4442. I want to get it tatted. You have 44% on your battery. Let me see. This phone got 18%. What does this one have? I know I charged this one up because I was like, I gotta go live, so I definitely need this to be. Oh, I got 98 on here. 98 and 18. I learned. As long as it's your money and kids, exactly. It have to make sense. You know, as long as you better be in a coma, you better be in the hospital. It better be about your rent. It better be about your kids. It better be, something important. Otherwise, what you doing? 5 people in the live stream. Hope you're doing well. Okay, so Ken, you said, let me go back. You said message from your person D. And then when you wake up in the hospital, you better not explain. You better immediately not explain. Okay, let me know, Ashley. If I take a minute, I'm just really trying to tune in to get the most accurate message. Okay, for Ken, this message is for Ken here. What does their person D have to say to them right now? What message does D have for Ken at this time? What message does D have for Ken at this time? The person that Ken is referring to. What message does that person have for Ken at this time, please, Spirit? What is D's love message to Ken at this time? Oh, it's a take your time. Thank you for your patience. So I really be trying to get accurate messages, and not all the time does it just jump right out. It takes a little minute. So I might say cruel things to test you. I lash out because I feel hurt. I feel like if you guys are on a break, it's a good time to be. I feel like this person does love you, but they're not in the right headspace, and it's not fair to you for them to lash out on you, kind of thing. So they might be impulsive, irrational. It's not really. Again, they're not in the right energy space. I feel like for you right now. Yeah, they need healing. They need your patience. Right now they probably a little selfish, but I do think they care. I'll give you clarity. I make you surrender to my love, baby. Thank you, Ashley. You can post whenever you're ready. We are on a break, yeah. Dang it, I'm starting to eat sloppy. I don't wasted something on my shirt. All right, let's see. Let me scoot a little closer to the desk so I can get into this. All right. back so far. One more time. What's next for Ashley and Josh's connection? I can reading here for Ashley, please, Spirit. I can reading here for Ashley. What's next for Josh and Ashley's connection? I think I'm already getting some before the cards come out, but what's coming? Ooh, my nose is itching. Great. What's next for Ashley and Josh's connection? Somebody got an energy of feeling like the other person is like not even really like hard to get, but even like maybe like hard to turn on and hard to impress. I don't know if that's you towards them or them towards you. I kind of feel like it could be both. But that's like the first thing I'm getting before I even lay the cards out. It's like it's not an easy connection. Yeah, it could be a lot of back and forth. It was towards you. Yeah, I was kind of getting more towards you, but again, like yeah, I'm seeing a lot of back and forth, so I wouldn't be surprised if it's like a lot of like on and off, but I don't think it's like a long term on and off. You know how some people on and off a couple months or something like that. I feel like it would be like maybe on, like off 3 days, then you back on, then it's like off a day. Then it's giving that energy. Um, I do feel like there'll be some points where they'll probably show more again that because they probably already shown a few times that they're like really into you or really like you know care. But I don't know if it's gonna be enough. I don't know. We'll see. Yeah, things could get like intimate. It might not go that far as like sexual energy, but it could be like maybe to kiss your back and y'all cuddling and like you know different things. Or it's like intimacy doesn't even have to be like again physical. It could be even he put your eye drops in for you or something like that. That's kind of some people see that as like kind of intimacy. You caring for me. You like my doctor right now. You know him like carrying things for you, picking up things that you drop. I also feel like he might like scare y'all both scare each other. It's like scaring each other away. Like if he mentioned pregnancy or something you're not ready for, it kind of like scares you away, and then vice versa. I'm seeing a lot of compliments here too. Not that you need their validation, but I mean it feels good. I'm not gonna lie, it looks like it feels good. I just heard you think you a man, a man with that gun in your hand, a man without it. So again, it might be like a point where they're like defending you. They might have to like bust down a door in order to defend you or something like that. I feel like that's gonna like turn you down on and like show you that like again, man, maybe they really do mess with me kind of energy. I also feel like they will communicate. I feel like they will get better if they don't already like communicate their wants, their needs, like really express themselves, and then also let you know that like I'm busy, I'm at work right now, I get off at 2. This is what's going on. Da 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 da. Keeping you updated, keeping you posted, like. It could be like gifting you for like Mother's Day, doing something special, doing something nice. But it might be like last minute. They don't mean it for it too, but maybe they're like again like really busy or some late shipments or something that's going on. But I feel like again, even then they will like update you without trying to like ruin the surprise. I don't know why I heard Burger King. I don't know if that's a job or what, but I'm hearing a job is a job. Yeah, they want to like help you get over some fears and some paranoia. It could be like a conflict to where it's like they're like, oh my god, you trip over little things, and then it's like it's not little. Da. So again, it could be like up and downs. I just heard oil pulling, so I don't know if that's something you guys will be doing together. I also heard let's go. I heard let's get married. What's it again? We getting older. White dress, whatever. I know the song, but I don't know why I can't sing it right now. Um, but it's like you might like not take too much of what they say seriously, or it could be like I don't agree. Like I don't want a small, quick little wedding, and then you know what I mean. So maybe you guys talk about like marriage, kids, kind of thing, and maybe some viewpoints are like a little different. Yeah, I see like again, I see like on and off, but it's like when it's good, it's good. When it's bad, I don't think it's like too terrible, but it's like, nobody wants it. Nobody wants that energy. It's like maybe y'all hate like fighting and conflict with each other, but y'all feel like y'all have to get a point across. Um, but I don't know why I'm seeing him like buy you an outfit, but it's like he might think that like he's buying you a skirt and it's really like a halter top shirt thingy, but he didn't know, and it's like you just find it funny. I feel like it could be like a really bad struggle for you to like not block them kind of thing. I feel like some of y'all arguments might turn you on a little. I just heard sneak out for me, and I heard work out for me. Work out for me. Yeah, we got a good thing. Oh, I'm gonna see you again. Hey to anyone coming in, I am on a donation read, and those who take priority, make sure to read the title or description box so you know exactly what I'm offering today. Thank you. Because blocking messing up energy does. Said, hey, you either in or you out. Yeah, it's like they want to escape with you. They might want to go camping too. I'm seeing y'all both could be like claustrophobic. Yeah, I do feel like some y'all might pull a few all nighters, and I feel like y'all sacrifice because it could be like y'all one of y'all could be like dead tired, but it's like I'm gonna still be on that phone with you for like an hour or two, even though I was really tired and planning on going to bed. But you're worth it, you know. They could also be trying to like maybe get you in your their job, or maybe you try to get them in your job. Maybe that's why I was seeing that earlier. Or this could just be helping each other like improve each other's finances. I feel like, oh my goodness. Stop it. I feel like it is sexual energy again. If even if you guys don't do anything, it's like maybe when y'all get to that point, or even just talking about it, it's like he's like very appreciative. It's like, thank you for letting me do this. Oh man. Yeah, I'm here and I want to be there for you. Like, they want you to be like comfortable telling them things. It's like, dang, I never knew you were going through that, or I never knew this is how you feel. I never knew, whatever. It's like all you got to do is say, like, because I was over here confused. I don't know. I heard who is Spanish? Maybe they got a family member that's Spanish that they want you to meet, or I don't know. Who's Spanish? Yeah, maybe you go with them to get their jewelry clean. It's like they want to like get you more involved in their life, especially if it's busy and it's like we can't really spend time. But it's like, oh, I can squeeze you in this, or if you're interested, you can come run this errand with me, or I come run this errand with you, or something like that. Yeah, he's like he keep on being some sexual energy too. He's wild. He could like visualize you like riding his, like you twisting his dreads or like doing something else. Like, oh man. They could be trying to like get in good with their neighbors, or this could be like wanting you to. So this could also be like giving you advice. Like, so if it's them, it could be like, try not to really like have drama with your neighbors, because you still got to end up living close to them. Or if it's you moving, then it's like, them giving you that advice. I just heard you're welcome anytime. Yeah, you can just go up in their house, open the fridge, and have whatever you want. They could also want to know the name of your cootie cat, like if you've named it. Yeah, I feel like there is more moments of them being like generous. I just heard I don't do this often. I just heard you ain't allowed to have friends unless they're gay. I don't know. Maybe he's strict on friends, or maybe it's like he could be worried about you having other options. Yeah, he also could visualize like choking you, pinning you up against the wall, and like playing with you. And yeah, he's having too many fantasies. What didn't happen lately? Maybe you teased him. And he's like, damn it. Yeah, it's like you motivated him lately even more. Yeah, I feel like he's trying to like clear up his past, whether that's like legal issues or anything else. Maybe past lovers or different things. They're like trying to clear up some past. This is interesting. Wow. It's like they again. They want to see you for whatever reason. They don't care if you're just baking cookies at the moment. Like, okay, I'm gonna come over and watch you bake cookies. If that's the case, I'm coming over to watch you bake cookies. But I say it's interesting because I went back to that deck that I pulled your one message card from, and we got one of the same cards. And then we got a few other cards, which I feel like is clarifying material that I already got out here. So that's just a double confirmation that it's on the read is on point. And things could be in alignment because we got the two of cups out here. We got the Empress, the Death card, Hangman reverse, the Knight of Wands, the Ace of Cups, Knight of Swords, Eight of Pentacles, the Queen of Swords, the Seven of Swords, Page of Wands, the Moon card, Two of Swords, Three of Swords, the Ace of Wands, the Three of Wands, the Eight of Swords. Did I say eight already? Number eight could be significant. The World card, Chariot, Page of Pentacles, Emperor, and the Nine of Cups. So Emperor and Empress out here. That's a match. We got any other matches or any other repeating cards? But yeah, it says, I'm rushing in love. Don't ignore the red flags. I'm still working through my issues, but I need to be near you while I do it. Once again, clearing up that past. And it's funny how it says, I'm rushing in love because the Knight of Swords is a rushing card. So that's why I said, oh, that clarifies that. Then it says, you have to make a choice and choose who you want to make you happy. I need an answer from you. That clarifies them thinking that you have other options or maybe knowing. And it says, finally the perfect time to come together. Our love will prove to be worth the wait. I feel like that clarifies like the Two of Cups here. It says, I have other priorities that need my attention right now. Please be patient. And that's the same one that we had just got in that one card message. So we on point. Yeah, I know you don't like the Seven of Swords, but again, once again, it doesn't always mean bad, especially if it's around other good cards and stuff. It's not just one meaning. It's not just these cards have several meanings. It's not just sneaky or every time you see the Empress pregnancy. It means more than that. It could be like your mom pregnant. It could mean self love. It could mean any other thing. You know what I mean? It's just one of the messages, but people like to focus on that message. But it doesn't mean that all the time. It doesn't always mean sneaky and deceptive all the time. Just like the death card is out here doesn't always mean somebody's dying. It could just mean something coming to an end. It could be a good end. Hey, Australia, what's going on, love? It could be anything else. You know what I mean? Yeah, he could be working on some like real estate. I don't know why I see y'all go to a restaurant and it's like they keep bringing out a whole bunch of meat and a whole bunch of different courses, and it's like y'all full as hell. Oh man. We have Surrender to the Divine. That's interesting because I was just playing that song earlier. I'll make you surrender to my loving baby. Full moon. A time for healing, but Sonic moon. It's not a time to fight and conflict. It's time to heal. Show the world the real you, full moon and Aquarius, okay? You're very close to achieving your goal. Give it moon. That confirms the Nine of Cups. See, these are double confirming what I already have out here. Very close to achieving your goal. The Nine of Cups is about achieving your goal, and the Page of Pentacles is about achieving your goal. So actually, this is a triple confirmation. So actually, that's a triple confirmation right there. Let's see what else. I got two more decks to pull from. Welcome to everyone coming in. Hope all is well. Donations will take priority. I am currently on a donation read, and then I'll get back to the free whenever I'm not on donation readings. Thank you. Here, Aquarius, I'll snap. Hey, Michi Hicks, on what is next in Ashley and Josh's connection here, please, Spirit? It could be someone in their ear, like telling them to like cut you off, kind of thing. But I feel like they're going with their intuition. Yes, it is, Estrella. Thanks for asking and confirming. I also heard asking you shall receive. Some things you could be upset because it's like, I just assumed them to buy this or do that. But I feel like it doesn't hurt to ask sometimes because I feel like, they'll come through whether you ask or not. So it doesn't hurt. If you want a car from them, ask them. I feel like they'll be willing to, like, even if they don't have it now, they'll probably be like, okay, let me see what I can do. You know what I mean? And then next thing you know, boom, there you go. But some things they might not just outright do, especially if they don't think it's possible. But then you come in and say, hey, maybe it is possible. I want this, that, and the third, or need this, that, and the third. You know, he does tell you to ask, yeah. Sometimes closed mouths don't get fed. What's next between Josh and Ashley's connection? Clarify this. Somebody could be suffering from like migraines. I just also heard that I'm not dumb kind of thing. So it's like whenever they probably feel like you're playing games or something like that, it's like I'm not dumb. They also could be like shocked and surprised about like what kind of guys you dealt with in the past. Like not in a judgment type of way, but it's like, you know, I would have never thought a woman of your caliber kind of thing. Can I get a last overall here for Ashley? What's next between connection between Ashley and Josh? The present moment is fucking amazing. Wow. So it looks like this connection is going to be, in the present moment for a minute. It looks like heart chakras are opening too. Both of y'all's because the Two of Cups is here. Y'all might do like an appreciation post for each other. But we have open your eyeballs and look around. Even if you happen to be in the shittiest of times, there's probably something beautiful to notice right this very second. It could be that babies have eyelashes, and how could babies get any fucking cuter than having little baby eyelashes? Or maybe it's just that you took a breath and you didn't think you would be able to do that. You did it. Amazeballs, you fucking breathed. And excuse these cards, it's exactly how they come off. It's not me, it's the cards. It's called Spiritual as Fuck Deck. I got it off Etsy a while ago, and I love them. One of my faves. But yeah, I hope that gave you clarity, hon. I hope you got something out of that. I hope you see you on some other time with updates. I'm gonna go back a little bit because I know I haven't been reading them because I didn't want to see no backstory or nothing to like, you know how I do. Estrella, wish you could ask a little better than that. You say, is it one card pool or what? I gotta approach it a little better than that. But yeah, it's only one free general card pool. Anything more than that or in depth, a donation is required. Um, it could be either from your spirit guides, ancestors, and angels, or a person of interest. It don't have to always be romantic. It could be a friend or anybody. It's your choice. Um, but let's see. What were you saying? Going back. More action from him. He is doing more than most. I know that's right. But you need a little bit more. Okay, give him a little time. Here come. Literally in the other way. Just kidding. Ain't even did it yet nasty yet on the phone, okay? And he told me we were going to apartment shopping. Ooh, okay, yes. So he's trying to see. I know that's right. See, I knew it. Reading was on point. And they tried to take a mile, right? A black and mile, no showing. Action, just words. I want action, not just words, right? If I don't see no actions, then yeah, you gotta go. You get the boot. Right, why block if I'm gonna go back? Right. But I mean it happens. We all human and we have our emotions, we have our ups and downs. I mean nobody's perfect, but it would be better. No, it's gonna be good once we do it. Okay, you can already feel the energy. You might feel the energy through the screen. It's like, how the hell do I really feel energy through the screen? I didn't think I would fall in love with somebody through the screen or in a short time period of time. You know what I mean? So that's good. That Empress showing up. You love the Empress. Don't get that's good. You don't get deceptive energy. Only been a month, okay? Yeah, if it's real terrible, and it's only been like a little while, it's a big old red flag. Like, how are you already this bad? I'm glad he thinks highly. Period. Better. Okay, Estrella. You said you think he knows. You'll leave him, okay? Yeah. A man really loves a woman that can leave. They gonna treat the woman that they know is gonna stay any kind of way. That's why I always say the man gonna do only what you allow. And sometimes they even do the women that have high standards like that. You just really gotta have high standards. Because it's when you have them high standards, they either choose to okay, I'm gonna do right by you, or I'm gonna leave because I don't see you worthy or whatever. But either way, you'll still have your high standards, right? You'll still have your head up high. What she said off Color Purple? She said, "Until you do right by me, everything you do is gonna fail," or something like that. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna keep my high standards. It's up to you. It's on you, baby. If you want to match them high standards, or if you want to leave, and then if you choose to play games, you're gonna get blocked, you're gonna get dropped, and all that. You know what I mean? All right, Sheila. Since 333 for yes, no. Exactly. They don't chase after the person who has higher standards because it's in their nature to chase. They're gonna get bored of the one who's just sitting there, pick me kind of thing. You gotta give them a challenge. Oh, I thought you said you sent 333. You sent for channel messages. Okay. What was the 333 for? Was that an emoji or was that the time? It's 555 here. All about that change. I know that's right, Strella. Stand on that business. You ain't about to play me like an object or a toy. Somebody you can come in and whenever you please. It's just a heart. Okay, okay. All right, so let's get your. You want your one message first, or the channel messages to go first, and then get your message. You ain't about to play me like a dang on basketball or tennis ball or a volleyball, or you ain't just about to play me about anything. Like you ain't about to play me like the last unwanted dish, you know, or the last unwanted meal. I'm the main course. I'm the steak. Okay, stop playing. Matter of fact, I'm the only one. I'm not no main, no side, no option, no second choice, none of that. If I'm not the only one, I'm gone. And I can understand if we just start dating. I don't expect you to drop everything and then in 1 week. But eventually as time goes on, I better see that I'm the only one. And ghosted, okay? Did you ever let me know if you wanted your message first, Australia, and then hop into the channel messages? Or do you want your free card after? Okay, period. I'll be on to the next one within a flash. I used to take long to move on or be invested in one person when they didn't deserve it. It was too early. It wasn't time. They didn't deserve it or something. And I'm like, want the card last? Okay. I mean, first. All right, let's go back up. You said you want to pull it from Surge and okay. What message is Surge? And I hope I'm saying that right. Half for Estrella at this time. Who love messages that Surge? Half for Estrella at this time. What does Surge want to say to Estrella at this time? Please can I get an actor card here for Estrella at this time from Surge? Surge towards Estrella at this time. What is on Surge heart and mind towards Estrella at this time? One card, please, Spirit. Card did a black flip. Oh Lord. Okay, so I have other priorities that need my attention right now. Please be patient. I actually got the same message. But another one fell out. It says, please take my call. Let's forget about the past and start over. So they want a new beginning, new beginning. Hey, new beginning. Hey, they want you to like pretend that this connection is new. So it's like whatever happened in the past, let's pretend, let's act like that never happened. We didn't know each other. This is starting fresh, like a true new beginning. Like all of that is not accounted for, kind of thing. We both in new energy, kind of thing, and it's like let's start from there. So it's like accept my romantic gesture, and let's get going. Especially if it's like that was 5 years ago, I'm a changed man, or that was 10 years ago, we were young, or whatever the heck. It's like let's start on this new foot. So I hope they give you clarity. He said, period. He said, Mike still love me. Hey, Amira. So I'm currently on a donation right now. Make sure to read the title in the description box. I am offering only one message from person or spirit. Anything more than that or in depth, a donation is required. Thank you. I can add you to the list, but again, I'm on the donation right now. Who else came in here? I don't know if the other people are still here. Mitchie Hicks, and I think it was like Hannah or something like that. I'll just add them in case. Okay, Estrella, is this the same person you want channel messages from? Or no, you said Danielle. Okay, gotcha. 6 people on the live stream. Hope you're doing well. Daniel. You're welcome, Stephanie. Okay, period. Future man, we manifesting. We always manifesting, period. Even when we didn't know back then, we was manifesting. Alright, so I'm gonna do it without the cards first. And now I'll let you know when I hop into the cards. So this is already shuffled and ready for when I get to them. Alright, let's tap in. Might massage my third eye a little bit so I can really get in tuned. Get an accurate reading here for Estrella, please. Spirit, get an accurate reading here for Estrella. Can I get channel messages from Daniel to Estrella at this time, please, Spirit? Get channel messages from Daniel to Estrella at this time, please, Spirit. Okay, interesting. I want to smoke with you and look into each other's eyes. I feel like it's a very spiritual, the energy coming through. I want to astral travel and project with you. You have like a baby face. I want to play in your hair. It's like this is funny. Like whatever your favorite movie is, it's like they will watch it over and over and over with you. They wouldn't mind. Maybe you do that. Like you watch your favorite movie over and over, and it's like he wouldn't get upset. Like he would watch it with you over and over. I want to get very intimate with you. Rub your back, rub your chest, listen to your heart. I want you to meet my grandma. She's really cool. Hey, grandma could play cards and everything. She probably still got a very young spirit. don't mind you being a house wave. Even if you were in lingerie vacuuming, that's all I need. Yeah, I feel like they don't want much. You should be in a beauty pageant. It's also this energy of wanting to travel back in time with you. It's a lot of spiritual energy. It's like we can go to the moon. I would definitely go with you. I feel telepathic energy with you. They might want to go to like a sip and paint and like not only just draw each other, but like maybe draw y'all versions of like love or anything and kind of see if y'all paintings would match. I finally met someone on my level. They feel like you're very intelligent. They want to be to say that they're the first to do something for you, the first to give you a ring, the first to give you a Birkin bag, the first to do this, the first to take you on a date, the first to something. I feel like it's gonna make them very like proud. Let's go get a massage together or do yoga. Yeah, it's like I see y'all getting a massage together and y'all like holding hands as y'all getting a massage. I want to make your dreams come true. I don't know if you have like a dream of like having a farm. I don't know what the dream is, but I feel like they're very supportive. Even if it's like not really their thing, it's like I'm still gonna support you. I want you to rub my body down with oil. They could be a visual thing, you like squirting baby oil on their chest and down their pants and stuff and like rubbing them down. But yeah, I'm seeing like squirrels and all kind of animals and stuff. That's cute. But maybe you want it like in your backyard. I don't know. And again, I feel like he'll be very supportive. He'll get the party started. He'll fix the garage, all that energy. I just heard I would like struggle with you. So it's like if they had to like live in a hotel with you for a while just to like be around and start building a family, they would, instead of like, oh, I'm gonna have to wait because stuff is not put together. You know what I mean? I just heard it's not your lips, it's not your eyes, your soul, and everything inside. Yes, I'm attracted to your lips, eyes, and everything, but it's more so your spirit. I just heard, I know you can't resist me or resist my cooking. He might think he could cook really well. I don't know. Maybe he actually could, or maybe he can't all like that, but he still want to cook. Yeah, it's like, I don't really care about gender roles. It's like, yeah, I want to see you like, housewife and maybe clean from time to time or something. But other than that, I really don't, it's like they don't really care about gender roles. Yeah, it's like, as long as your hygiene is good, I don't even care. I just heard, let's heal our chakras together. The color pink could be significant too. They could also picture you guys like winning the lottery together. But yeah, I think that's all I'm kind of like picking up on without the cards. We're gonna head into the cards. Show the messages this thing you'll have first. Should I this time? Oh, I feel like maybe their love language is acts of services or yours. Maybe both of y'all's. I'm seeing like setting out your house shoes for you, getting your morning water together for your run. Different nice gestures like that they want to do. I know I'm not perfect, but I feel like I'm worth it. I feel like he is kind of like a confident man for the most part. I know sometimes I'm not all that um, communicative, but sometimes I can get in the mood, or I don't know what to say, or I'm kind of like tapped in spiritually, or I'm on the game a lot. I can get clumsy sometimes. Sometimes I think I'm Spider Man, or yeah, I feel like sometimes it get a little like reckless and dangerous. Like they might think they jump over a gate, think they Spider Man somewhere and hurt their arm. Sometimes I give tough love. I hope you understand. Or sometimes I might not always want to travel with you, especially if it's like for work. Yeah, they feel like maybe sometimes like if you were to travel with them, if it's for like work, you might not be able to handle it, or you might like expect a certain amount of attention while you're there, or it could be like they just assume that like I won't be able to keep up with a job and then go back to the hotel or whatever, and like entertain you and then kind of thing. Again, that telepathy is coming out again. It's like I'm telepathic communicative with you. And the 801, we started off with the 801s, that's a communication card. So it could be like at times y'all notice each other, even if it's not holidays or birthdays, y'all can notice that y'all bought y'all each other a gift the same day. Or maybe even sometimes around the same time. And it's like, what the hell? Or y'all say the same word around the same time. And it's like, what? They could also want to start a business with you, vice versa. Also see like they may want to like practice on like maybe like an AI app or some type of app where it's like, let's mix your baby picture and my baby picture together to possibly see how our kids will look. I embrace your weird. So yeah, they don't see you as like weird. Any weird habits you think you have, they like, okay. And what's the problem? I don't care if you collect leaves from the tree or scratch your dandruff off your eyebrows or uh, talk to animals or whatever. I like it. I don't judge it. I want to kiss you on the forehead. Yeah, I feel like very protect. I'm very protective over you, no matter who it is. Ooh. So sometimes maybe they like you'll have to check them to not overstaying their boundaries if it's like towards maybe like someone in your family. But yeah, I feel like towards anyone, it's like the doctor that they feel like maybe out of hand or whoever. It's like I'm protective. I hope you don't leave me if I were to lose my job. I'm fighting demons you don't know about. I value your opinion. I want to be more romantic. Teach me more of how to love. Yeah, I feel like it's like remind me to pull out a seat kind of thing. It's like they aren't used to being that romantic. It could be like maybe you're allergic to fish and they want a fish tank, and it's like, dang, how we work around that? Okay, yes, Stephanie. Yeah, Eight of Wands, the Sun card, Queen of Cups, Five of Swords, the Ace of Pentacles, King of Swords, the Justice, Eight of Pentacles, the Tower, Nine of Wands. You got the Death card, the Temperance, the Three of Swords, Four of Cups, the Five of Pentacles, the Queen of Pentacles, and King of Pentacles. That's a match. Yeah, I also feel like he's the type that like will walk behind you in the grocery store so nobody else can look at your behind. We have in a few weeks, so maybe there's communication in a few weeks. Something significant could be happening in a few weeks. We have let go of the past. I just heard, I want you all to myself. I swear, you don't need nobody else because I'm selfish. I hope you like my muscles. So it could, again, I feel like for the most part they're a confident man, but it could be like a little insecurities, and little things. to where it's like, I hope my muscles are big enough. I hope this is like this, and I just heard I want you to find your voice. So maybe sometimes it could feel like you're a little shy and reserved, and it's like I know you talk more than that, or it could be like your voice is really low, and it's like I know you can get louder than that sometimes. Eight of Pentacles. The number 8 and 5 could be significant, especially number 8. Could be seeing a lot of 888, 818. I can tell when you're holding back. Yeah, so it's like they can tell when your heart chakra is closed, when you're holding back, when you're nervous, when you're sad, kind of thing. And if they can't now, then they probably will in the future, especially if this connection is new. Then it's like most of this stuff is probably gonna be in the future if it's new. I will teach you how to do stocks and trades. So yeah, maybe they would like teach you how to do stocks and trades or some type of thing for finances. We have you made the right decision. I don't know why I visualize how they somebody might throw food and the person might try to catch it in their mouth. I don't know why I see y'all doing that. Sometimes I might be a little defensive or scared. Oop. Or again, I feel like his moody energy sometimes could like hurt your feelings, but it's like just like they're a moody person sometimes. It's like they might not be in the mood for certain things. Yeah, I feel like they're a very blunt person. Or it's like you might get frustrated if they're like busy a lot. Or if they walk in front of you in the grocery store, sometimes they might be in a rush. Or if they're not as sensitive as you. Hey Harpoon, hey Young Buddha, I'm currently on a donation. I'll get back to the free list in a minute. Thank you for your patience. I don't know why I heard Bloody Valentine. So we're going into our last thing, which is the sexual. I'll pull the sexual energy last. Hopefully you want to hear it, because some people don't. Just let me know if you don't, or ignore if you don't. But we have it's so bad I get turned on just by seeing your name pop up. You can't go wrong. Can't go wrong. Yeah, it's like we always can fix and resolve. I want to fuck that pretty face of yours until I make you cry. I love giving you pleasure. Your satisfaction is mine. You see, she in the kitchen, so it's like anywhere, any place, anytime. It's because of you now that I understand what love making is. Sacred sexual union. His actions aren't aligned. Again, it could be future energy. That's why I say, especially if it's new. Like if it's new, you can't expect him to like love you if you just met him a week ago. So that's why I said most things could be like in the future. We have what I have with you, I don't want with anyone else, making it official. Remember how we pulled that, like, when you said, is he catching feelings? And I got no. And then it said it could possibly change in the future. It's still kind of like that energy. So again, if it's too new, then you can't expect the person to be like head over heels for you. But there is potential. Haven't heard. Yeah, it just might not be now, huh? Not everybody. Some people believe in love at first sight, but not everybody does. Like sometimes it takes time. So they don't have much feelings now, but that doesn't mean they won't in the future. Which I do feel like it's potential for the future. That's why it's giving most future energy because you guys just met. So I'm easy to fall. That could be true, but that doesn't mean everybody in the world will do that though. you know, some people fall in love in 3 days. Some people fall in love in 3 months. You know what I mean? It just depends. He might not be a person that falls in love in 3 days. I know. It depends on the person for me. Like I probably could within like 3 weeks. I'll say that's the earliest for me. Anything before that, I'm not falling in love with you. But you might have to give it time. It's still fresh and new, so it's not like not everybody's gonna marry in the first week. Whoops, wrong list. Let me redo that. But I hope that gave you some type of clarity here, hon. Give me updates if you would like to share future energy. You never know. The energy could change in 2 weeks. Maybe he'll catch more feelings in 2 weeks. You know what I mean? Let's say you asked about an ex who you been talking with 5 years. Most of it probably would make sense, if they loved you and stuff like that. But, if it's new, you can't really expect somebody to be head over heels already. Let's see who else came in. Harpoon and Young Buddha. Add you to the list. The interview ones were so. I know it definitely was a good read. So I'm excited. Definitely come back with updates because I definitely feel like it's gonna happen. Just gotta give it a little time. you know. Or shoot, if you want to manifest marriage in the first week of y'all meeting, that's possible too. But person got to be on board too as well. Hannah, are you still here, hon? Hannah. Yeah, you still good. I can see if it was 5 years, I wouldn't even be suggesting to manifest anything or staying. I probably wouldn't even want to read on them, to be honest. Or those ones who I had clients come in, or I hate to say clients. Sometimes it's not always a good name, but however you guys want to say, like support, you are supporters, clients, whatever, family, collective. Um, it'd be some people that come in, it's like they haven't talked to the person in like 5 years, and it's like, I don't really think it's necessary to pull on it. You've already been out of contact for 5 years. It's what more can you really expect from the connection kind of thing? You know what I mean? It's like when something is like really over and done and dead, it's like, don't beat on a dead horse. But I hate keeping people stuck. The whole method of tarot is to help you and guide you and get you moving forward, not have you stuck on the same person for years and years. Only people that's gonna do that is tarot readers who just care about the money. So they'll tell you anything like, oh yep, he love you, or oh yep, it's gonna work out. They'll tell you anything for the moment so they can get that money. But I'm not that. Sorry, I don't want that karma. I don't have no reason to lie because I think I did do a damn good job for the most part. You know, it just don't work. It don't work with me. It don't work with my spirit. So even if I lose clients because they mad because I told them the truth that he don't love you or something like that, I'm going to tell the truth. I trust me. I've had clients that left and were like, she keeps saying he don't love me and this, that, and the third. Like, you know what I mean? But hey, I gotta tell the truth and tell you it's a fairy tale. Tell good things about him. Yeah, I mean he ain't perfect. He got a couple little things, but for the most part, it's pros over cons. So that's what we look for because nobody in this world on this earth is perfect. But they got more pros than cons, and that outweigh it, and the love is really worth it. I don't see the issue with moving forward. But yeah, let's get on to this free list. Hannah or Mitchie Hicks, are you here? Hannah or Mitchie Hicks? Sugarcoat for you in the past. Fine, yeah, That's not helping nobody though. Don't sugarcoat with me. I had a friend that did tarot reads, and not to throw her on the bus or be offensive or anything, but it's just saying that like, and sometimes maybe they're scared. Maybe they ain't doing it on purpose. It could be other reasons too. Maybe they're scared to keep it real with you, or sometimes it's not always just I want your money. I might be scared or something like that. But she would be like, he love you. He really wants you to call him. Da 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 da. But in my intuition, I knew it wasn't true, and I'm like, I even gave her his number. We really got close, and I had her call him or whatever. And she was like, he said this, that, and the third. But in my intuition, it's like, no, he didn't. Plus, I knew him. I've been dealing with him for like years, so it's like he's not the type that will ever say anything like that kind of thing. Plus, my intuition is saying. So I'm like, be for real. And then she finally confessed, like, okay, he didn't say that kind of thing. It was just like her trying to sugarcoat or her trying to make it better because she like really was hoping for a relationship for me, and but you can't do that. That's why I always tell y'all trust your intuition over any other tarot reader, even me, because nobody's perfect. You're gonna know best. It's your life. You know what I mean? Yep, and you can manifest that stable relationship, Stephanie. But they can't escape karma, right? No Hannah, Michi Hicks, or Amira. No Hanny. I said Hanny. Hannah, Michi Hicks, or Amira. If not, Stephanie, would you like a message for your person or spirit? Okay, Michi, you in here, person or spirit? Would you like a message from either? I mean, not either. Which one would you like a message from? And again, a person don't have to be like a crush or anything. It could be any person of choice. Otherwise, than a message for spirit, you should go for. All right, Michi, you want a message from spirit? Thank you guys for the likes. Really appreciate it. The energy exchange. I didn't have to beg or ask this time. One more time. One more shuffle. All right, this message is for Mitchie Hicks, please, Spirit. What's the most accurate message for Mitchie Hicks at this time? What's the main message? Thank you, Mitchie, for Mitchie Hicks at this time. What's the primary message for Mitchie Hicks at this time, please, Spirit? One card for Mitchie Hicks at this time. This message is for Mitchie Hicks at this time, please, Spirit. What's the most accurate message that resonates with Mitchie Hicks at the time? Ooh. We have you want the truth. I kind of feel like this is like demand the truth. Hey, if somebody got to do a lie detector test, if you got to expose somebody, if you got to put your foot down, if you got to meditate, if you got to, I don't know, something, the truth is coming to you, to you. What's done in the dark, it's going to come to the light. You know what they say. So I'm thinking you clarity. This could even be like an unexpected thing too, where it's like maybe a lie detector or maybe a DNA or I don't know, it's something, but it's like truth is coming to you. The mirror, you said messages from Jay. Can't wait. Ooh, this could be the truth you didn't know you needed. I pray to God, knock on wood. I hope that ain't that. I hope it ain't a thing of where you got kids and then you never mind. Um, the mirror. Hey, I just seen your question, then I lost it. What the heck? There we go. Messages from Jay. Or a message from Jay. Hey Jessica, yes you may, huh? Just give me a moment to add you to the list. Hope you're doing well. Like up the live stream, please and thank you. It would take me a little extra moment to pull the cards. I'm really tapping and tuning in, so I make sure you guys get the most accurate messages here. Okay, so for a mirror, please, Spirit. What message does Jay have for a mirror at this time, please, Spirit? What does Jay want to say to a mirror at this time, please, Spirit? What love message does Jay have for a mirror at this time, please, Spirit? A mirror would like to know what does Jay want to say to them. What is on Jay's mind and heart towards a mirror at the time, please, Spirit? One card. Thank you. Thank you, Jessica. Ooh. I can't be your friend. I want to be something more. They said quit playing games with them. Did you put them in the friend zone? Did you block them? Are you inconsistent? Are you confused? Are you indecisive? It's something to where it's like, dang, we just can't get together. It's like we can't get together for nothing. It's not working for nothing. It's not going how they want it to. It says I can't be your friend. I need to be something more. I hope they gave you clarity. They're trying to stick to you like glue. Maybe they're clingy. Maybe they've never been clingy over somebody. Who knows? But they fed up, looks like. Who was next? Stephanie. You're welcome. Don't have a person. Could you ask? Soulmate that I'm supposed to be in this type lifetime and marry. Okay, like future spouse thingy. And that's okay if you don't have a person. You can ask from spirit too. You can ask from whoever you want. You do like them though. It looks like they like you back. They just trying to figure out what the hell going on in the mirror. Y'all need some type of understanding, some clear communication, something. Maybe it's like I can't tell if you like me or not. All right, Stephanie. Okay, for Stephanie, can we get a message from Stephanie's future spouse, please? What does Stephanie's future spouse want to tell them at this time? What does Stephanie's future spouse want to tell them at this time? Person that they're going to marry, meet this lifetime, be together probably forever. Their soulmate. What does that person want to say to Stephanie? Was Stephanie's soulmate, future spouse, lifetime partner want to say to them at this time? One card only, please, Spirit. Thank you. Ooh, damn. A lot of cards came out. What the hell? But this one is the only one came out on a side by itself, so I'm taking this one. It says, I need to focus on my family right now. They need me. Dating you will be just too difficult right now. Dang, I feel like this person is going to come with a lot. It's going to be up to you if you kind of like can handle that kind of thing. But this person's probably going to be like somebody who has a lot of responsibilities, like a lot going on here. Hard to connect with. Yeah, it's like you're always going to be their like second choice as far as like their family. I don't think like second choice as far as like, oh, I got another option in love. Not really, not what I'm getting so far with this, but it's like it'll be up to you if you're like, okay, you always gonna put your mom first, or you're always gonna put this first, or you're always gonna, this kind of thing. Or it could be like energy of like if you're willing to wait until maybe that energy kind of dies down a little bit. You're welcome, love. He has a kid already. Oh, okay, I see. Yeah. And that could just mean he's a good father because most good fathers, they're like, my kid comes first. And not a lot of women are used to that. Not saying you, but just in general, not a lot of women are used to that. A lot of women are used to like deadbeats and stuff like that. So when they really come across a man that's like really children first, it's kind of like, dang, you know what I mean? Or my mom is still the first woman. You know how when people get married, it's like, okay, mom, you're no longer the first lady. It's not my wife. Some of them keep it as their mom, and that can be difficult for some people. But yeah. But if you got that same energy, then it could work perfectly. If like you both are like kind of like putting something like really first, and you're fine with sometimes we live in separate cities, or sometimes we in a different bedroom, or sometimes we only see each other once every 3 weeks, or you know what I mean. Like if you're good with that, then yeah, beautiful energy, nothing wrong with it. Whatever works for you. Who's a bad father? Okay, period. Remember this one guy got a red flag. He almost made me like jump out my skin and itch because he's like, oh, I'm only gonna see my kids for a moment. And then he said something else about putting something before his kids, and I don't know. It just made my skin crawl. It was like, ugh. Message from Jazz. Okay, young Buddha. Like the live stream up. Thank you guys for liking. What message does Jazz have for young Buddha at this time? What message does Jazz have for young Buddha at this time? What does Jazz love message to young Buddha at this time? What's the most accurate, resonating message that Jazz has to young Buddha at this time? What is on Jazz heart and mind to say to young Buddha at this time? One card only, please, Spirit. Thank you. What does Jazz have to say for themselves towards young Buddha? I don't know why I heard hot cakes. I think a few wanted to come out. It says, accept my romantic gesture. I want to experience something meaningful with you. Dang, it looks like they're begging for your energy. Yeah, I feel like they're about to put like all their energy out on the table, and it's like it's up to you if you accept them or not. Because maybe some things will probably like turn you off, or it's like they were fighting fire with fire kind of thing. It's like maybe it was like a tit for tat energy, and they know that's not the answer. It's like two wrongs don't make a right kind of thing. But are they clarity? Right. If he abandoned his kids, I'm gone. Okay. That's when you run, most definitely. I said, huh? Literally, because it was so creepy. It's like at the time we were like cuddling and like we were just like having a deep talk, and then like he said, what he said or whatever, and I just kind of like jumped away from him and like stopped cuddling, and then he tried to like fix it and do like damage control, and I'm like, I don't know. But let's see who's next. Harpoon, are you still here, hon? If you stay, oh girl, I've been left. I left probably like 6, 7 months ago. Trust me, I'm not desperate. I might miss a couple red flags sometimes, but I know enough not to have kids by a deadbeat. I know that much. Trust me, I don't play that. I don't want to be a typical, uh, statistic. Well, I can't say a type anyway, so. That's why I don't have kids now. I've been dodging bullets, being careful, and playing it smart. It does get lonely sometimes knowing your worth, but I would rather that than to get pregnant by a Dusty. Harpoon, are you here, love? Harpoon? If not, is Jessica Jones here? Jessica Jones? Then exactly. So I good, Dusty. Nope. I'm good. All it's gonna do is ruin your life. Even if you move forward and become successful and stuff like that, it's always gonna be a part of your life that's kind of ruined because of that. What's day again? Wednesday? I don't know why I thought it was Thursday. Yeah, your energy, your money, your health, your beauty. Exactly. I was just about to say, you ever seen them before and afters when they was in the relationship and they was looking all crazy and stressed and lost hair and all that, um, saggy black eyes and all, just looking crazy, feeling crazy, doing crazy and all that. Versus when they got out and they glowed up, they healed, they're doing better, they're making better choices, they successful, all that. Or even before they got with the person, they was looking all good and successful and all that. Then when they got with the person, they lost everything. They lost a car, they lost a house, they lost a job, they lost friends, they lost this, all due to a person. Gained weight or, just everything's just going downhill. They don't know where time went, you know what I mean? Because it's being wasted, it's being stunted. All right, last call for was it Jessica Jones and Harpoon. Yeah, the show ain't that bad if it's compared to that. I'll take that all day. because you could really have your options open, or you could just stick to yourself and like extra self love and whatever. So yeah, it's definitely better than that. Did you see that video where the guy he lived with the girl, she paid the rent all the time, and he was like sitting on the couch, basically being a bum, and like she recorded him cussing her out, saying you will never get a dime out of me, and da 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 da. And so I think she had kids with him, and yeah, looks like he was just looking for a mom figure, somebody to leech off of. Some of these they'll have kids with you on purpose to get finances. No, hell no. Exactly. Like, not a dime. Like, dang, that's messed up. And they were together, I think, for like years and everything too. She been paying the bills, doing all the work, and he just refused. He just wanted to smoke, kick his feet up, play a game, do whatever he wanted to do, and be a bum. All right, sorry, Hoop Harpoon and Jessica Jones. Don't know where you guys are, but it looks like you missed your turn. Probably come around another day. I'm gonna be closing up the free and also donations only. Said you would never understand why grown men do that. To grown men, no legacy, zero pride, nothing to pass on to kids. Yeah, they want to be in their feminine energy. That's why they want to be the woman. They're lazy. They have no dreams and goals or ambition, and probably. And then some of them, they don't see the reason why if the girl is always willing to jump up and help them. It's like, well, what's the reason of me working hard and doing this, that, and the third? If they're giving all the milk for free, they're giving all the sex for free anytime that I want it, no complaints. They're paying all the bills. They're doing this. They're doing that. I don't have to do anything, you know. It's like she's giving me a choice, because if the world said I didn't have to do it, then I would choose to do it, not to do it or whatever. But she's kind of like giving me that lead, giving me the leeway. And then they'll probably give him enough money for the next woman, because the next woman probably gonna have higher standards. And then when he's bored of the one who's taking care of him, he get to use that money to go chase after the one that. Yeah, convinced that we have more for definitely. I feel like we always did, and we always do. We probably always will. Yep, exactly. A maid. Yep, clean lady, cook, free housekeeper. Yep, all of that. Free cook. Yes. Free therapist. Free doctor and nurse. Seriously. All for free. Yep. Trying to tell you, 9 times out of 10, nobody is denying something that's for free. Unless it probably looks really, really terrible or is really, really terrible, then, maybe. But other than that, nobody's rejecting it. Come on out. I don't care if you're the nicest person on earth. You're not going to probably reject if somebody want to give you $1 million. You're probably not gonna be like, oh no, you don't have to. That's okay. Maybe 1% of person will probably say that, and then even then, that person might regret it. Like, dang, I should have said yes to that $1 million. Look where I'm at now. I'm still stuck in this. That, you know what I mean? Like most people are gonna take the free if you give it. Just like these readings, and I don't mind sometimes. I ain't mad about it. But even that, like, if you're gonna give it, they more than likely they gonna take it. Therapist part is true. Nurse when they get sick and oh, exactly. Right, be dying from a cold and want so much attention, right? Don't let them have that little bell. Matter of fact, I got one. Where is my bell at? That just made me want to ring it. But that's crazy. I don't know what I did with it. I ain't used it in a while, but whatever. Here you go. They're gonna be like that every 2 minutes. I was gonna say 5, but it's probably more lesser than that. That's how they're gonna be. I need my soup. A chicken sandwich. And borrow $20, or just give me $20. Put my game on. Rub my feet and kiss them. Read me a book to sleep. Give me a massage. Call my mama. Okay, you gonna get fucking frustrated and fed up. If not, you should. Oh, I forgot. Do my laundry. Okay. Yeah, this one dude, he had me messed up on some do my laundry and all that, and I said, yeah, I'm not that type of woman. Then he gonna say something. You gonna do it? I blocked him, and I barely just started talking to him. I don't know how long it was before I talked to him, but it wasn't that long. You know what I mean? And he's already over there talking about some, uh, you know, this is what you gonna do and all that. Like what? No, you just don't know me. I'm not doing your laundry. The hell? I barely even want to do my own. I barely even want to fold the clothes. And I don't like washing my clothes with other people's clothes either. So I hope you don't think that either. Like what? And I don't mind cooking for my man. Like I love to cook, especially if you deserve it and you truly a king. But don't come in here saying what I'm going to do, especially if you're not doing anything in return. Like get it out of here. This is sad. It is. This is one dude who he was being interviewed about like his girlfriend slash baby mama, and he said, and I feel bad because she's still with him, and it's like after he said that, I'd have been gone. But again, sometimes you blind, and sometimes you never really know until you're out of it, and everybody didn't probably feel stupid for somebody at least once. But yeah, he was like, she did this, that, and the third for me, and I would have never done those things for her. And it's like, what the hell? It's like, and then he even said that he had plenty other great women or whatever, but he just wasn't ready. And I mean, sometimes you can't really fault when somebody's ready, but at the same time, don't lead nobody on if you know you ain't ready, right? But yeah, it's like he didn't came across a few queens and that like treated him like a king, and he just wasn't ready, or he just went and did what they done to him for him, or it was sad to hear. Sometimes you gotta really like pay attention to these guys and read between the lines and test them, and like you can't just be like, oh, they look good, and I think this could probably be a twin flame soulmate, or we got like two things in common. Let's get married. It takes more than that. It does. Jessica Jones, I'm sorry, huh? You kind of late for your read. I closed it for your readings. We on donations only. You can probably come around another day or so if you want. Um, It says saying you try to keep my cooking for myself. Okay, we're meeting guys because I don't want them to get exactly. Nope, I made that mistake before, so I'll never do that again. He even said he was like, you cook so good or whatever. He was like, one more plate and I'm gonna mess around and marry you. See, he wanted me to prove myself too much to him. Even when I did prove, it's like, okay, give me one more other proof, and then after that, another proof. No, I'm not about to do that. I know my worth. I don't got to keep proving to nobody. I don't have to prove it all in the first place, but definitely not a million times, just for him to even think a little bit about marrying me. You know what I mean? Like tell me some one more plate and I'll marry you. At that point, I probably did cook for him 2 or 3 times already, And it's like, get out of here. I know he did not have to say that. And some of them want brownie points for keeping it honest. Like, oh, son, I cheated and did that. That doesn't make it no better because you told me. They think they gonna get brownie points because they told you what they did. Like what? Jessica, Jessica, come back tomorrow. You said you think a lot of men have to settle in the end. Exactly. They're gonna be looking up like, dang, who gonna be there for me? Because at that point, all the women probably gonna be fed up with them by then, unless it's still one more stupid girl. Sorry, that's still by their side. Other than that, most of the women gonna be gone, and these men gonna be looking stupid and lonely. Exactly. You ever heard that song? The more I give, the more you take. I'm giving all my love away with nothing in return. I think you should let it burn. Like I really felt that with my last two relationships. Maybe one did give a little bit, but other than that, it was like I really did all that, and I look up, I got nothing in return. It's sad. I don't even want to claim it, but it's the truth, and I learned from it. Facts. There's always that girl waiting somewhere forever. Facts. In the bushes, wherever she at. But yeah, she's waiting. And I don't want to be that girl. Hell no. I think I did enough waiting. Uh, and like only one connection though. But like, yeah, that's one too many. It's like, dang, I was really treating him like a king, only for him to treat me like a fucking option. I'm still kind of upset about it a little bit. But I mean, I'm healed for the most part now. You know, I wouldn't dare let him back in. And if I did, it probably would be payback. I'm sorry. At this point, I think you done did too much damage. I don't even see how it would possibly even work, to be honest. I don't know. I just don't see it. After what you done, you know, it's like how could you do that to someone you supposedly loved? You know what I mean? But I blame myself too because I allowed it and I looked over red flags. But like I said, you live and you learn. I won't do it ever again in life. Ever. You have to, especially if you want me to keep proving myself, you got to keep proving yourself too. It's not just I prove myself. I don't want to do it in the first place. But if that's what we're going to do, okay, you too. You know, you prove too. If that's what we're going to do, you know. But yeah, I used to go on connections blindly, blind just from my heart and just being a hopeless romantic and just, just freely, just whatever, instead of having like boundaries, actually making it make sense, actually making their actions over words and you know what I mean? Now I go in it differently, taking it too fast or I mean I did have a guy wait before as far as like sex, but like that's not the only thing you should have him wait for. You need to have him wait for you to tell him I love you. You need to have him wait for different things too. It's not all about sex either. I'm just like I just gave my energy too fast and too freely and then wonder why I got hurt kind of thing, you know what I mean? It takes time to know somebody. It takes time to build a connection, to build a bond. You can't just assume you got a bond in the first week. I mean, maybe y'all get along. Maybe it's like chemistry. Maybe it's a few things in common. But let's see if that continue. Let's see if that lasts. Can't just prove to me one week and then think that's it. You got to constantly keep on like, reassuring. Did the same in the past. Yeah, let them prove themselves too. What the hell? Being treated as an option teaches us self love like nothing else. It does. Yeah, it hurted too bad. That's why I don't want to ever do it again. I learned my lesson. It hurt so bad that I was like, "Ooh, I would never do that again." I was like, "I would never do that again." Twice in a row, kind of back to back, because the one ex I had just got, kind of like Matter of fact, I didn't really even fully get over him before I moved on into the connection with the other guy. I knew I didn't want him back, but I just knew I also wasn't ready either. And I even told him because we were still like friends, and I was like telling him that like, I met somebody else, but it's like, dang, I don't know because, I don't know if I'm ready, kind of thing. But I went on because I really did like the other guy, but then he turned out shitty too. So it's like, dang, another heartbreak, kind of like back to back, like that's crazy. And they both were like pretty painful. At this point, I don't even know which one was worse. I think the second one was worse. I don't know. Either way, they both were like pretty much terrible. And I promised myself that I wouldn't do it a third time or fourth, fifth. I'm not doing that again. So as soon as I see a red flag, soon I see you playing games, soon I don't care if people think it's really strict. Because some people think it's really strict and mean and stuff like that. I don't care. It's like, dang, you blocked him just because he was acting like a certain way. It's like, yeah, because I'm not about to play these games. I'm not. Matter of fact, I just blocked somebody recently because last week he was really into me and wanted me to be his girlfriend and all this other stuff. And then we were talking today or whatever, and now he's all confused as if he never asked me to be his girlfriend, kind of thing. So I was like, you know what? I'm not about to play these games with you, and I blocked him because you're not about to tell me more than once that you don't like me. Never let a man tell you more than once that he don't like you, he don't want you, he don't value you, he don't respect you, he don't care about you, he don't, you know, never let him you so. So I felt like that was a sign. It's like, okay, you don't care because all of a sudden you're confused when you were just begging pretty much on your knees for me to be your girlfriend last week. Come on now. What changed? Did you get another girl, or I don't know? Are you just trying to play games to see how crazy I'll act, or I don't know what the energy was, but I'm not trying to find out. I'm out. I'm not staying to find out. No. Wish it was a way to heal faster. I think the way to heal faster is to get out faster when you know it's time to run. Okay. He's not that into you. Exactly. And I don't need you to be really clingy because I don't really care for clingy. But just talk, but be a little consistent. You know what I mean? Don't make me forget you, or wonder where you are or what you're doing. You know what I mean? Yeah, because some men they'll do certain they'll give you silent treatment on purpose to see if you act crazy over them, or they'll be like, call me daddy, and then they think that they can tell you to do any little thing just because you play into it and you're like, okay, daddy, like, you know what I mean? Like some men are just they really do be playing games, and you got to be able to like tell that, witness that, know that, and then hurry up and run. Otherwise, you're gonna get caught up, and the longer you stay, the more you're gonna get attached and involved, and the harder it is gonna be to leave. But I'm so glad I left and blocked them and put my foot down and said this is it, no more. Cause you know what the last thing I told him? The last two things was something about like my I think like my health and my finances, and he didn't respond. He barely gave a response. It was like a dry response or no response at all. So that just told me like, damn, you don't give a fuck about me doing. I'm trying. I got other YouTube channels and I'm trying to be successful over there. So I was telling him about that, and I think it was something like I had a code or something. With the code, it's just like he was like trying to ask me how I got the code instead of like being supportive. And I get maybe you're curious, but the way he said it wasn't really like curious. It was more so like trying to say like I'm irresponsible or how is it possible or I don't know. It was like a weird energy. Like what? Who the fuck asks? That kind of question. It's like just say something caring or something. I don't know. It was weird. And then with like my success or whatever, it's like he barely responded. He barely gave a damn. It's like whatever he wanted to talk about, or it probably was about sex, or I don't know. It was weird energy. So I was like, you know what, this is it. Because I feel like that was another. Because he used to do a lot of them silent treatments or try to make me jealous, and I feel like that was another one of those silent treatment things. So he won't respond on purpose or respond the way I do, so I can act crazy, and that'll tell him that I probably care or he got control or whatever the case may be. And I said, nope, this is it. I'm not doing this again. I'm not doing this no more. I can't take it no more. No, fuck that. And I've been doing good ever since. I have not talked to him. I don't really care to. You know, I wouldn't be too all happy and jolly if he reached out. You know what I mean? No. Mm-mm. I said, no, F that. Because it was mainly all about him, what he wanted, his needs, how he felt, how he needed things in order. I even told him that. And he ignored that. He's like, I was like, dang, you think things is about you or whatever? And then he's like, he probably ignored because he's like, oh, you're right, but I'm not really going to say nothing. You know what I mean? I just allowed too much in that connection. And I'm kind of like mad at myself, but I'm not going to beat myself up. It's like, dang, I thought I knew better than this. How did I get caught up in this type of connection? It's like I knew about these connections. How did I get caught up in this? Obviously, I thought I had more self love than I actually did. So that tested me, and now I got more self love than you could ever imagine. Because I would never. Once you let them back in, yep, they think they could play again, and then they do it worse. He said he sounds super mega toxic, girl. I'm over it. One thing that helped me kind of heal is like watching people on YouTube do like those narcissistic skits things. It's like this one guy. It's like two guys that I really like that do it. They'll be like mainly they'll probably be on the phone or whatever, and like they'll be talking to the girl and they'll be like saying all kind of like toxic stuff and stuff like that. And that kind of helped me heal and open my eyes because I mean manipulation can get deep sometimes. Like sometimes it really can get tricky. But again, the more self love you have, the more you're tapping into your intuition, the more you really pay attention to their actions and stuff like that, the less they can fool you. But again, like I said, it was easy for him to fool me because I wasn't as confident as I am right now. I wasn't listening to my intuition. I wasn't allowing his actions to go forth more than his words. You know what I mean? So he was able to, and he probably loved it. I'm pretty sure toxic people they love that. It's like, yeah, she fell for it. She's stupid. You know, yes, I can get away with this, that, and the third. You know what I mean? And then he was using people to live with too. I think he couldn't use me because I was living with my mom at the time, so he couldn't really, do that. But I'm pretty sure if I wasn't, he would probably try to do that. But that was one thing that I think I definitely picked up on. Like, yeah, I think that's you know what I mean. What's going on? Where's my other charger? Exactly, in a stable place. You're right about that. The key word is stable. Whether that's mentally stable, emotionally stable, financially stable, whatever stable, spiritual. Yup, that's right. That's why they probably barely choose. I mean, some people still try to mess with those people because it's like a challenge. Like, ooh, they're a very strong woman. Let me see if I can knock them down. He even told me that like one time when he was trying to make me jealous, and it kind of made me feel away. And then he was like, don't cry or don't feel this way because it's like you're a strong woman. So he even knew that like I was a strong woman, but it's like I'm still human at the same time. So some things are still gonna like hurt. But yeah, it's like I feel like that turned him on. It was so toxic. I feel like that kind of turned him on too, though. It's like, ooh, I got to her because it was like hard. Like I was doing all these tactics and she wasn't breaking, and then I finally did something, and she kind of broke, and it's like a turn on to them. I don't know. These people are sick, but I learned my lesson. You said sound like Dr. Word need a job. Exactly. I was wondering in the beginning because it's like he was like you're inconsistent, and I'm like, if that's true, maybe a little, but I mean, I don't know how you want all my time. Like, don't you have a job? I mean, he did end up getting jobs and stuff like that, but like initially, it's like he didn't have a job, and it's like you got too much time on your hand. You can't be mad at me if I'm not giving you attention 24/7 because I'm over here in school. I'm doing this. I'm doing that. You know what I mean? Go get a job. Yep, even stable women can. Yep, but if she got self love mixed with the financial stability and all that other stuff, then maybe not. You'll never get anywhere. That's true, Stephanie. Keep beating yourself up. Not mean guys, right? and forget I'm being ghosted. I know that's right. You go, girl. Because some people remember they got ghosted. You shouldn't remember you got ghosted. It's gonna make them even madder, and that's not even gonna matter to you either that they're mad. Because again, you truly gonna forget. I remember this one guy. He texted me, and I'm like, "Who is this?" And then he told me, and I'm like, basically explain more because I still don't know who you are. And then he got mad, like, "You don't remember?" Like, no, like you were MIA. Like, I hope you didn't think I was gonna remember you. But yeah, I definitely dealt with the lowest of the low because I was at a low point. I was lonely. I was depressed. I was bored. I was whatever. And that, you know what that attracts? It attracts those type of people. So like I said, part of it was me to blame. Can be the worst and most possessive. Yep, he was possessive and obsessive. I could go out to dinner with my family and he'd think I'm cheating. He was worse than a jealous woman. That's why I feel like at times I feel like the man in the connection. It's like, oh no, I gotta go because I don't want to feel like the man in the connection. The hell, I'm the woman. You ain't supposed to be that. The woman's supposed to be more jealous. But those are special cases, right? And I said that, like I said, that last time it couldn't get no worse than that. It's like, all right now, you know what I mean? But at this point, what worse more could you do? Seriously. And I think he's just the type of man because some men are like that, that they don't like strong women and stuff. Like some of them depend on you to be like weak and like thirsty, desperate, and a pick me, and like you know easy to control, insecure, so they can like play on your insecurities, and you know they can't handle a woman that's like confident on her stuff, demands has high standards, and got love around her, because some of them they pick people who they know they barely got family or friends to support them and stuff like that, so it's like, ooh, I already got her kind of where I want her to be. I don't really have to like make her lose friends and family kind of thing. So sometimes if they want to be lazy, they're gonna pick that one that they think is like a target. And again, sometimes they might want to challenge with a strong woman, but eventually he's trying to get her down to the level of the women who already is down. They don't ever want you to, be high or stay high. But again, that's not all men. That's just those type of men. And that's what I was, obviously, what I was dealing with that I didn't really like know that I was dealing with, because like I said, I was blind. So complicated, exactly. Weed out the boy. Yes, and I'm so tired of blocking these boys. I really am. And I've been on this dating app, but I think I'm gonna take a break from that, or probably let it go altogether. Because 9 times out of 10, you're not gonna find anything good. It's rare. If anything, I probably like found like 2 guys that were like decent on there. Other than that, everybody was like terrible, and I had to block most of the people. It's either they were like terrible, um, boring, or I just wasn't attracted to them. He's an energy vampire. Exactly. It's a type that like they'll sell your pictures and just they're weird. They're sick and they're creepy. They want you to worship them. I don't know. They be on some weird stuff. You gotta watch out for them. And then not make it so bad. He didn't believe in God, honey. I don't know how I got attracted. Like I said, I was at a low energy, but damn, I don't know how I really got attracted to this man, because I was on the phone with him one day and out of nowhere, which I should have been asked. That's why you get to know people when you don't rush. But I made that mistake. Kind of rushed with him. But I was on the phone with him. I was cooking. I remember it clear as day. And out of nowhere, I was just like, "Do you believe in God?" And he was quiet. And I'm like, hello, like the fuck, kind of creepy, kind of weird. Hello, do you? He still kind of didn't say anything. So obviously, you're like either atheist or you're just a devil worshiper. But I do remember sometimes he'd be like, "I'm a fallen angel," and stuff like that. Like, I don't know, weird. So I was definitely glad I didn't get pregnant by him because I don't want no damn demon babies. Take a break. Yeah, I'm definitely thinking about taking a break. Atheist man, yeah, honey, girl, I was foolish. I just went for it. And like I said, I did have times where allowed men to take their time. I didn't have sex right away and stuff like that. But even then, stuff can still, turn out terrible. You know, you can make a man wait or not. If he's terrible, he's still gonna be terrible. You can get married to a man. If he's terrible, he's still gonna be terrible. These things doesn't like block or prevent it. Like if you're a terrible person, you just are. Just like if you got family that's a terrible person, just because they're a family doesn't mean you give them an excuse because they're terrible. You know what I mean? Like so, it's like you can make them wait, you cannot make them wait. But if they're a terrible person, they're just a terrible person. And that's what I learned. Because my first ex, I made him wait for a long time. My second one, I didn't make him wait for real or like that, and they both turned out shitty. It's in you, it's on you. You are what you are, kind of thing. I mean, he could have even faked and said he believed in God, but like, yes, his spirit would have already, would have told on him because energy don't lie. And I think he probably knew that. That's probably why he didn't say anything because he knew he probably couldn't lie. I would have picked right up on it. The way it's really worth it. I mean, it definitely helps, but like I said, it's not like the only thing that'll like help prevent it. It takes more than that. Hey, Michael, how's it going, love? All right, so I'm gonna do a last call for donations. Last call for donations. I'm gonna be getting off this soon. I gotta charge my phone. But we having a good discussion. Stephanie said most of them lack spirituality and need to grow. Exactly. Some of them still ain't again healed over their exes or healed over childhood wounds or whatever the case may be. I mean, it's the same with women, but men are a little different because they're more fast to move on. Women, they're more likely to take a break and heal and do what they have to do before they go into the next relationship. Men aren't. They just be hop, 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 and then they more likely to have more bodies than women, more sexual partners, and all that sexual transmitted energy. Soul ties. You know what I mean? So it's a lot different with men. Yeah, they really give themselves time to think and heal and chill out, take a break. Exactly, values might not even align if he's exactly. And I used to think that like maybe sometimes it don't really matter, but I feel like it does matter in certain cases. I mean, if you're just in a connection for like certain reasons, maybe it doesn't matter. But if you are into it for like true love and long term, and you want to be on the same point, then I feel like your religions probably should match. But I learned these days that like, well, I learned even more because I already knew that not everybody is in it for love. Again, people use people all the time. Um, but some people are okay with like you narcissistic, I'm narcissistic, we together, or I know you only in the relationship for this, I'm only in it for that. I'm cool with it. We know what each other in for, or you know what I mean, like a transaction, whatever. Because I mean, not everybody wants children or the white picket fence or marriage or whatever case may be. So it's like whatever works for you works for you. But if you do want the children, marriage, and all that, then I definitely think that that matters. But yeah, I just like people that keep it honest and upfront. Because there's this one guy, he was like, um, well, actually, he's on a dating site, and like I just kind of clicked his thing. My bad, I didn't read his bio. And then when we started talking, he was like, he into poly. And I'm like, oh no, because it's like, I'm not into that. And he did porn videos and stuff like that. I'm like, oh, heck, I'm like, my bad, I didn't even read your bio. He like, it's cool. He was cool about it or whatever. And he was upfront, and I respected that. Because he could have been the type of guy that led me on for 5 years and then be like, hey, I'm into poly. Or meet the woman I've been talking to on the side. I'm trying to be with both of y'all. You know what I mean? So I respect when somebody's upfront. Ooh, Satanism, he wasn't the worst, but our values were so yeah. I don't like transactional. Right, exactly. Me either. They really work, and it's usually about the kind of people it attract. Exactly. They'll abuse you mentally, physically, emotionally, financially, spiritually, and health wise. They don't care about your health. You keep saying, I want to do it with a condom. And they're like, oh, no, we don't need to use those. Or they're sleeping around and they come back, probably give you STD or whatever the case may be. Or spiritually, they like, it's different. Or they're just, I don't know, maybe they're doing a love spell on you. I don't know what the hell. But again, it can get abusive in any area or domestic. They hitting you mentally. They're like, playing on your mind, gaslighting you. I never said that, blah blah blah. Or emotionally, I love you, then I don't love you, and then this and that. I didn't mean that, and then I was just joking, you know. Or finances, I'm using you for a place to stay. I'm using your car to get around, but I don't really want you. That happens all the time too. It's like I'm just using her for her car. They really be using, these women for a place to stay and a car and all that, so they can get to the next level. Or sometimes they don't even get to the next level because they comfortable being broke, especially if they know somebody's gonna take care of them. It's like, what's the point of being successful? They're gonna take. I'm already successful. Hell, they taking care of me. What's the point of getting my own car? I get to use Sally car all the time. Exactly. I'll take that as a blessing. I don't care. Be upfront with me, baby. I don't care if it hurt or not. Be upfront so I know and I get the hell out of there. Exactly. Leave whenever you want. I hate that. I'm just joking. Yeah, I hate that with passion. That get under my skin. I'm just joking. No, you meant what you said. Mm-mm. Even fake friends and family and different stuff like that will probably do that too. Like, oh, I was just joking. Okay. They use women for anything. Exactly. I know some women will do the same if they can, but men will really let you use them the way women. Exactly, because they more. I wouldn't say they're more smarter, but maybe they're like more manipulative, and they're like more visual, and they're more like, because men know what they want. So if they don't want you, they trust me, they ain't gonna do it for real, for real. But with women, women is different. It's like they couldn't want you, but they might do a little something, long enough to like manipulate you to do more for them kind of thing. But man, no, I'm gonna use your car, use you for a place to stay, and then I'm gone. I'm not staying there for long. Ooh. 9 times out of 10, the man is trying to manipulate you before you manipulate him. 9 times out of 10. Trust me. People who are manipulators know when somebody's manipulating them for the most part because they do it all the time. So it's like you can't really pull one over on me because I don't already play this tactic. You know what I mean? I already used that one. You know, more transactional exactly. So it's harder because they already expecting a whole bunch in the first place with men. So it is kind of a little harder to like get over on them because again they already expecting way more already. That's why the only main way that you probably could manipulate a white man is through probably sex. Because again, they are like very visual and like sexual creatures. You know, they're rarely emotional like us women and or other areas. So it's like the main way you probably could get them is like if they're a guy who barely get pussy. Sorry, it's the truth. They're ugly. They barely get pussy. Uh, they've been taught to be a nice guy, or I don't know, something like that. Then you probably could manipulate those type of guys. I ain't gonna say I'm perfect, and I probably never did something like that before. You know, nobody's perfect, and probably did some type of dirt. But I'm just saying, like, yeah, those are the main guys that probably would work on. But guys that get a whole bunch of women, they know they look good and all that other stuff, it's more than likely not to work on them. But with women, it's different. See, we can look good or not look good, and still be the man would probably still be able to manipulate us. They're at their own game, yeah. Exactly. Yep. Say that again. They wouldn't pick their victims. They knew they couldn't get anything out of them. But again, they still would try somebody that they feel like they couldn't just to see. And then celebrate if they again like they'll go after a strong woman that they think, dang, I probably couldn't get nothing. And if they do, it's like, oh, celebrate! I broke that woman. Da, 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 I thought I couldn't get nothing. Da, da, da. You know what I mean? And then that's when they go brag and stuff, probably to their homeboys or whatever, or celebrate in silence. However they celebrate, you know what I mean? It's like, oh yeah, I knocked that down, or I got money from them, or this happened. And it's like, ooh, you know, because it was a challenge. It makes them even more happier and make them think they're even more powerful. Facts. That's true. They resent women. Is this one guy? This girl rejected him and he spit at her. It was this one guy that I rejected, and but good thing it was online because I feel like if it wasn't, he probably would have tried to harm me. But it was online. I rejected him, and then he started cussing me out like "f you and your man." That's why y'all lame. Da 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 da. Just going crazy, and I'm like, what is going on? What's wrong with you? Like they couldn't take rejection, and make it so bad. He wasn't even that. No, he wasn't really ugly all like that, at least to me. But maybe he kept getting rejected. I don't know, but like he took it like he couldn't handle it. And there was this other guy who kind of said the same thing too when I rejected him. Like some guys just really can't take the rejection. Even some good looking guys can't take it sometimes too, but ugly guys probably is worser because it keep happening. And they're tired of jacking off. They can't get a woman. They're tired of you know what I mean. They're probably more likely to lash out, crash out. Right? Yeah, they don't be nice for real. They be thinking they nice, or it's like fake nice. And I'm sorry, but some of them guys be annoying. Just like a really, really insecure, thirsty woman, they are annoying to men. Same thing with a ugly, real insecure, thirsty man. They are annoying to women. When you're really that low, insecure, you are annoying to people. It's the harsh truth. You are. That's why confidence is more attractive. But when you're like really thirsty and chasing, I feel like with any either gender, it's like annoying. Even if it's beneficial, it's still probably annoying. Like if a girl uses a guy and she gets money out of him, but he's still like thirsty and annoying to her. But it's like, oh, I gotta deal with it just to get this money. And then with the men, it's like, oh, she's ugly, she's thirsty, she's annoying, but I gotta deal with it because I'm using her for her car or whatever the case may be. You know what I mean? Like it's annoying. That's why you're single. Yup, I got that one too. You was ugly anyway, but you was so thirsty over me. Like, okay. Yeah, someone said, yeah, that's why you single and your ex cheated on you. And it's like, it'd be funny if I was never in a relationship. Like, how did you assume that? You know what I mean? And if my exes did cheat, guess what? I never knew about them. I never went in and caught a man in the bed with another woman or, nothing like that. My exes for the most part, if they was cheating, I didn't know. But there was other shitty things that they would do. But yeah, he's like, that's why you single, your ex cheated, this and third. And even if they did, like I'm healed, doesn't phase me. And what does that have to do with you? Like, I mean, everybody getting cheated on. That doesn't mean you're not worthy. A cheater is just a cheater. It doesn't always mean it's a problem with you. So I'm like, boy, get out of here, lame. Like you that mad? You're not even that pretty. Like get the fuck out of here. You're just on your knees, crying, begging, ready to like give your all. Like please stop it. They think women are too dumb to notice that they are play nice. Exactly. That's why actions, speak louder than words. This is one guy. He like, I'm gonna give you all. I'll give you my whole check. I'll do this. I'll treat you right. Da da da. And I held him up to that. Did he come through? Nope. And that's when I went gone. See, they think they could just again. They're used to women that fall for words and think they could just get over with words and stuff. And when you say, hey, prove it, show them actions, they know where to be found. Unless they really like you and they true about it. Other than that, they're like gone. Uh, right. Had no clue what they talking about. Not the one being cheated on. Right. Like, come on. Because you easy to leave somebody if you feel like you're not happy there, you're not being turned on, or whatever the case may be. Like you don't have to resort to cheating. You can either work that shit out or leave. No, they do it because they want to and they feel like they can, or they benefiting from the person they cheated on, but they still kind of like want to cheat and keep the benefits that they're getting. But baby, let me tell you, I woke up because, like I said, I used to go into connections blind, trust faithfully without no doubts and all that. Or even if I did have little doubts, it's like they would easily go away without, full reassurance. You know what I mean? It's like let them off easily. No, not anymore. It was more so like, hey, as long as we together right now, hey, that's all that matters. And it's not all that matters. Yeah, I do need to know what's going on outside of that because I care about my health and everything that you have going on. Because you could put me in harm's way in other ways too. How I know you don't got no enemies after you ready to shoot you down? I don't want to be the girlfriend involved. The hell, it's more to it that you need to know. Not just, oh, I see you today. We had a lovely day. We cuddled, and I just know we were together. No, that's high school teenage shit. This is not that. We are full grown women and men. Had that cake and eat it too. Exactly. It's like, ooh, I had this flavor and that flavor and this flavor and that flavor. Yep, fake promises all day without getting to know them first. Exactly. Yep, don't be afraid to like start over or lose a connection and stuff like that. Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid to set them boundaries and standards and think it's too high. It ain't no too dang on high. Because if it's not high to a person that really wants you and values you and respect them, it's not a problem at all. It's not, it's not really hard to them. They want to do it. You don't even have to set the standards for real, and they're gonna meet them. But a person that doesn't want to meet them, it's gonna be hard, or they're gonna ghost you. What time is it, real quick? Probably be on for about 10 more minutes. And who knows? I may come back around 2 hours later. Want teenage love though, so they fall for exactly that. Teenage love is too close to like fantasies and fairy tales and the Disney movies. We got to grow out of that, and I don't blame us all like that because that's what the world and programming and society and the movies try to teach us and put on us this fairy tale, and it's not. I mean, yes, it could be like really good romantic intimate moments and true love and stuff like that, but it's again it's more than that. What about the times where it's a struggle, it's down, your partner is depressed, and you got to be there for them, and they pushing you away because they don't want to hug because their auntie just died, or what about certain parts, or they don't trust you, they think that you're cheating, or this, that, and the third. You know what I mean? What about those? Exactly, they're not the only ones out there. It's a million of men in the world, many good million of good men to have to stay stuck to one. They ain't the end all be all. Ooh. And I think he used to play because it's like, I know she ain't gonna leave. I know every time I reach out, she's gonna answer me. Until I didn't. Now he's stuck looking stupid, calling my phone, crying, and all that. But even that is, I don't even trust. At this point, it's probably fake tears. I don't trust that even at this point, the way you be playing games. That could be a whole nother front just to, have somebody to fall back on. Because, I mean, he didn't use me for finances because he couldn't. And I wouldn't allow that. But maybe it was other things. And then even with the sex, I held back for a long time after a certain period. So the most he probably at a certain point was probably using for was like emotions, or using me to make somebody else he was dealing with jealous or something else. You know what I mean? But after a certain point, you couldn't even do that no more. So, or my healing energy, probably one of my healing energy. Who knows? Because people can use for anything. It's not always just about money and sex. It's, again, you might be used to make somebody else jealous, used for emotional support because they bored, for anything else. And I feel like at a certain point, again, we have definitely evolved. Come on. Giving birth to a man's kid while he's out drinking and having, exactly. Or even worse, cheating with a woman. It was one where she was giving birth and he was cheating with her friend. And she tried to get up out the hospital bed. She in full blown labor, or she just had the baby. I don't know, but it was basically like she was trying to get out the hospital just to go, you know, like, I don't know, maybe fight him, fight the girl, do whatever. But it's like, you're in the hospital, you know what I mean? But yeah, Lord's automatically, I'm not the father. That a baby ain't mine. I'm not checking to see if it's mine. I don't care. You know what I mean? Get an abortion. Like, yeah, one of my exes is like, get an abortion. And I'm like, it was a good thing it was a false pregnancy. And then the other one was like, when I had another false pregnancy. I don't know, I had so much false pregnancies, but it's a good thing that I had them because it didn't turn true. But then he was like, he sounded excited at first, but then he quickly stopped and was like, he wanted a DNA test, which I was upset because it's like I'm real faithful, but at the same time, like, you know, some women ain't trustworthy, so I wasn't that mad. But still, it's like, you think of me as that type to get around because I'm not. Some real life horror stories. I know that's so sad. Like my heart hurts for that. Like she really tried to get out the hospital bed to go, like, exactly. Always women's fault. It's so annoying. Like y'all both laid down. Y'all both could have said, "Hey, let's put a condom on." Y'all both could have said, "Hey, let's take birth control." It's not always the woman. Or they blame the women when they say, if the man tells the woman before, like, "Hey, I don't want no kids." If you really don't want them, you'll use protection, or you won't sleep with her at all. But they'll say, "Oh, I don't want no kids with you." Sleep with the girl raw, get her pregnant, and then blame her. Like what? Make it make sense. And make it so bad. I did come across. I'm just saying these two guys I was in a long term relationship with, they were terrible, and that's where I learned a lot of lessons. But that doesn't mean I didn't come across good guys before. I did, but I think it would probably was me that pushed them away, or didn't give them a full chance, or didn't think too much of it because of what I was going through and what I was used to and stuff. But I definitely came across a few good guys that, like, I had no doubts about. They respected me and everything, you know what I mean? But, even sometimes when somebody's really genuine and a good guy doesn't mean they're the one for you. But I do appreciate those connections because without them, I don't know where I'd be. So I appreciate whether it's friendship, romantic, whatever. I appreciate those little connections that were really like genuine because without them, I think I would be fucked because other stuff was just very terrible. And even that was a sign because I didn't really respect them guys that treated me terribly, but I respected the ones that was like, really good to me. So I should have took that as a sign, but I didn't. You know, I had realized like, dang, I only really respect these guys because they really respect me, but I don't really respect my exes. But I thought I so called loved them, which really was probably like a trauma bond or something else, or falling in love with potential, or falling in love because in the beginning they were really nice, but then they switched and took the mask off and it was over with. Sometimes it just don't work out exactly. I think about it, it's probably only one to two guys in my life ever that I truly respect and felt like they were honestly good guys and that deserved like the king treatment from me. Not the guy, and it's sad. Sometimes good men or good women do finish last, or, you know, the fucked up people get good treatment while the really good people get terrible treatment. You know what I mean? Or they just don't get treatment at all. They get looked at last or something. You know. So it's like you didn't deserve that. They did. You know. You didn't deserve my virginity. My soulmate does, but it didn't happen that way. It didn't work out that way. And he would say silly stuff like, "Get a tattoo of my name," and it's like, why? What's the point? You treat me like shit. You barely communicate with me. What would be the point? Just to stroke your ego and just to say a girl is crazy over you? And I don't know. Like, what would be the point? I always wondered that sometimes. It would be times where I had woke moments in the connection and be like, what's the point of this shit? You know what I mean? Like, what is going on here? Like, this ain't going anywhere. We're lost. We're stuck. Like, this is confusing. What's the point of this? What's the point of dating? We barely talk. Why would I get a tattoo of your name? Come on now, make it make sense. Like I said, I would be dumb sometimes, but I wouldn't be that dumb and desperate. Like I said, I wouldn't get pregnant. I wouldn't get your name tatted. I wouldn't pay your bills. I wouldn't let you use my car. I wouldn't let none of that certain type of stuff. But it was times where I was a little dumb. But it's like, what's the point? Yeah, only seeing potential is not enough. Can't have a relationship with a man who only has potential. Exactly. It's heartbreaking. Man get done to them like really good men who don't exactly deserve to be treated like garbage. And the same with the women, like crazy. Mark and Cat, I'm so weak. No, for real. I think he definitely got off on it. I think it was really something that just stroked his ego. That's all. And even he knew I did music. He knew I went to the studio and he knew I would write songs sometimes. And I forgot where we were going, but I was riding in the car with him and he's like, we had just gotten to a conflict and he goes, "You made a song about me." I think that struck he was very much in his ego and I think certain things stroked it. It's like, oh, I fucked up and now she made it like one of those heartbreak songs about me. Ooh, strokes my ego. You know what I mean? Or if she did get a tattoo that would stroke my ego, or if she did do act crazy if I made her jealous, that's gonna stroke my ego, or you know. He will run, definitely run. Especially if it's not like y'all been learned long term If y'all ain't been together long term, you happy and you know stuff like that, yeah, definitely run. Cause I don't feel like there's nothing wrong with it as long as it's the right connection and it's real, it's true, and all that. But if it ain't and it's early on and they ask that, definitely run. Because it probably was only like a couple of months and he asked that. I'm like, the hell no. Why? Make it make sense. We ain't married. You ain't. Should you barely ask me? Matter of fact, I don't even think we were together at that time. I think we were just in a dating phase. And now that I recall, I think. So it's like, why would I do that? You don't own me. The hell? What is this? And then I think he wanted it on my ass or he wanted it a certain place. And I'm like, no, that would look tacky. I'm good. No. Now, you think you're that special and important? No, you're not. And weed them out fast, exactly. I thought you was talking about weed like weed, but that too. If they're alcoholic, smoke too much and it gets in the way, whatever, like all that is bad. Exactly, that's what I'm saying. Like, if y'all been married for a while, it's a good marriage, it's a happy marriage, happy wife, happy life, or happy spouse, happy house, whatever. Then I don't see the problem. But if not, then no, doesn't make sense. It, like again, it has to make sense. Two plus two has to equal four. If it doesn't, don't do it. Don't move forward. I learned that. Some people just go ahead and do it. Like some guys think they gonna bay or girlfriend their way into getting some coochie. Like they, cause some women they get so excited if they feel like the man committed very fast, but that's not always a good sign. Moving too fast is 9 times out of 10. It's not a good sign. But some men they just do that so they feel like they got easy access to get your coochie and stuff like that. So let me hurry up and tell her she my girlfriend so I can hit it, or say whatever I have to say. I love her, whatever, so I can get inner draws. You know. But yeah, I'm so happy I moved on from my exes. One of them I can just walk right past, not feel a thing. One of them I feel like I might need a little bit more healing, but I'm pretty much there. Um, but yeah, it's just like I was lightweight waiting. While I'm waiting, I would say holding space. I don't know. Some people might think it's the same thing, but had I still been like stuck on them right now, honestly, I don't think anything would change. Like think I would still be like waiting, hoping and wishing for something to change, or for him to be like marry me, or something like just something. So I'm glad I did move on because I was still be in that energy of just waiting for a one day that things is going to be solid and more consistent with us, and that just never happened, and I don't think it ever would have if I hadn't moved on. And it was a harsh truth that I had to go through because I really thought that was my person. So that's what makes it even worse. It's not like it's like, oh, I just like this guy and like let's try to see if this will work. I want a relationship. It was more like I really thought that was my person, and yeah, for himself, exactly, selfish as hell. Which is kind of scary. Yeah, I feel like both my exes were kind of like seeing me as like property. But I know why I attracted that type because, like I said, I was in a very low place in time, that attracted those guys that like see women as their property. And I think they took advantage because they know I'm a submissive woman, but not that damn submissive. Like I will be the submissive type, but not like that. Not to the point you think you own me. Hey, Manora, so we're on donations only. If you'd like to put in a donation for a read, you can. Those prices will be in the description box. I'm doing a last call for donations. You said the free list is closed. I did that earlier. Sorry, hon. Um, the other man will be seeing that tattoo whenever. Facts, Stephanie, exactly. Like, come on now, that's so stupid to put it right, especially to put it right there. Eh, like I said, it would have looked tacky anyway. If I were to do that anyway, it would look so tacky. Like, then you had to go try to cover it up or get it taken off. Like, come on now. It's for the better, exactly. Got out of there in time. Yes, Stephanie, we got out. Okay, yes, we made it. Just imagine if we stayed. Just think of those connections where the woman did stay and she ended up in a hospital. She had a whole bunch of miscarriages or abortions. She got beat on constantly. Um, she got cheated on constantly. You know, they caused her to have PTSD and take all kind of medications. She's about to die over heartbreak. You know what I mean? They made her again let gain weight, lose hair. They made her super insecure more than she probably was. They changed her religion. They just made her change herself and lose herself. They made her broke. Whatever. You know what I mean? Like it could have been worse than what we had went through. So I'm glad we did get out. You said it kind of stupid and it cost you hundreds of dollars, right? But that's why I said like I'm glad I wasn't that stupid. Like I would miss some red flags, but I wasn't that stupid again. So I'm glad I had some type of smarts to not get the tattoo. And I was like, stupid motherfucker to think I was gonna get a tattoo of your name. Like he must have really thought I was stupid. He must have seen that he could play a little bit because I wasn't all there emotionally or confidently. But he must have thought I was really stupid to get that tattoo. That pissed me off. Like don't insult my intelligence. Don't insult me being because I could leave you. Like don't flatter yourself to think that like I would just be lost without you because I can gather up the strength to leave your ass, which I did. So that part, but he must have really thought it was stupid to do that. But yeah, that definitely cost hundreds of dollars. And you still feel like they got you. Yep. Stephanie, you was just saying a mouthful. Yep, don't want to be that one. It hurts. Block you from your exactly. They can block you from your blessings and block you from your true love. Some people like to think that they're not in the way, but they are. Even entertaining them, whether you're together or not, even entertaining them can kind of be in the way of me, your true person. That's why he blocked off now. And I've been attracting more good caliber of men. Am I in a full blown, like, 100% happy place and married, about to have kids and stuff like that? No, but it's way better than what was going on. I'm not stuck waiting for, you know, not even really a change, but them to come towards me in a certain way. You know what I mean? Exactly. He probably did. Ew. I'm pretty sure. Probably had the same playbook and said the same things, did the same things. And like I said, he used to always try to make me jealous. It was different with him because my ex before him, he barely threw women in my face, or he was shitty in other ways, but he didn't really do the whole other woman thing. You know, not for real, for real. They had their different shitty ways. They wasn't all the same. That's why sometimes I think the second was worse, where he would like throw women in my face and try to make me jealous. It wouldn't work because I really, truly, honest to God, wouldn't be jealous, but it would just be like frustrating and annoying though. But I wouldn't be jealous because it was like, I don't care. Like I'm still me. I know I'm a wonderful person. I know I look good. She don't look better than me, or even if society thinks she looks better than me. I know you still want my energy. So you know what I mean. It was that kind of thing. But it would just be irritating though. Like you really stoop that low. Because I could do the same thing. And then how would you do? How would you do if I like naked men online, or if I threw men in your face like, yeah, I moved on. Look at him. It's upgrade. Or, how would you feel? You know what I mean? Hey, Kristen, how's it going, huh? So, free list is closed. Donations are open only now. Prices are in the description box. Thank you for joining in. Yeah, he's very childish. I still to this day, I don't know how I was in it for that long and how I put up with all that. I don't know. But again, like I said, I was in a like dark, lonely time, and like it was just someone who was there at the time, kind of thing. But see, I don't need that no more because I'm more confident. I got more going for myself. I'm getting out more. I'm not depressed anymore, and I think that was the main reason of why I was in those type of connections because I was depressed. But now that I'm not anymore, I wouldn't dare deal with that. Even if I do go back into depression, which I'm not claiming I'll never go back there, I wouldn't do that again because in my mind and my heart, I remember those lessons. And I remember that energy that I don't want to feel ever again. I'm fine. Thanks for asking. I'm glad you're doing well. You said you heard that true person has been stuck in a toxic relationship, so that's why I'm okay if he takes some time. Right. Yeah, because don't come over here not healed. Come to me healed. Don't come to me still in love with your ex or you just not healed over a relationship. You still got them toxic patterns on you or whatever the case may be. Don't come here with that. Especially if I've been doing well and moving forward. I don't need you to make me backtrack. But I do appreciate those connections because they woke me up. You know what I mean? They taught me what not to go for and what signs to look out for. You know what I mean? So I'm in good hands and everything. If I just keep going based off that, anything like them, I'm good. So I do appreciate the valuable lesson that they taught me. So not to ever mess with anybody like them ever again. Thanks for that. Other than that, fuck them. Seriously. And it's not for nothing. I know to help others, and I know it feels so good helping others too. Beat yourself down. Oh, thank you, Stephanie. That means a lot. Yep. Be healed so we attract other healed people in our lives. Exactly. So yeah, it's something that people that come to me hope they never go through. My future children, I'm a damn sure make sure they never go through. I know you can't avoid everything in life, so some things are probably bound to happen, but I'm gonna teach them everything I fucking know to the best of my ability and make sure that they wouldn't ever deal with a dusty man, especially my girls. Like make sure they never deal with a dusty man. For my boys, make sure you never deal with a woman just playing around. But make sure she knows that her vagina is very valuable, not to give it up easily, not to give it up to anybody. Give your virginity to someone very special, all of that. Everything that mama really didn't do. All right, Kristen, I don't think you heard me earlier, but it's donations only now. I'm done with the free list from earlier. So if you want to donate for your question, you can. If not, understand. Hope you understand on my side as well. Um, saying it was from your growth. Yep. At this point, you're right. At this point, I don't even care no more. Whether it's with romantic relationships, friendships, family, whatever. It's like whatever happened and went through, whether I was at fault, they was at fault, I was hurt, they was hurt, everybody was hurt. Whatever experiences, whatever people try to shame me about or I try to shame myself about, like at this point, I don't even care no more. All I really cared about is like the present and the future. Because, keep thinking about the past, you're going to stay stuck there. And that was one of my biggest problems is especially having PTSD, you're gonna think about the past even more. So, that's why I kept on overthinking and replaying. Especially if you're depressed and you're in a house, more than likely, you're gonna keep thinking about those things. But like I said, I'm doing better, and yeah, it's like I'm not letting my past affect my future. It's like I'm over it. I don't want to keep thinking about it or feeling shamed about it. Whether others try to make me feel shamed about it or myself try to make me feel shamed about it. It's like it's dead weight. I'm over it. I'm sick of it. I'm fed up with it. I just want to move forward. I just want to go to my goals and my visions, my dreams, and the family that I want in the future. Because if I keep thinking about the past, I'm never gonna get there. And I think it's something similar you said earlier. Yeah, you keep thinking about that, you'll never grow or get there. So it's like it is what it is at this point. I got the lessons and I'm moving forward. It's all I can do. It's not like I can go change the past, or I can't force the person to say sorry if they're not, or you know. Yep, they may have a good role model. Happy, not only happy wife, happy life, or happy spouse, happy house, happy mom, happy children, happy dad, happy children. You know what I mean? And of course, people are gonna have their ups and downs in life. Nobody's gonna probably 100% happy forever because things happen in life. But for the most part, you gotta have that happy, healthy kind of like energy if that's what you want. Why did I do that to myself exactly? It's like, oh, why didn't I stand up for myself in that moment? Why didn't I say this? Why didn't I say no to this person? Or it's like you could. One time I was even mad at my spirit guides and stuff, and it's like, why would I? Shame on me. Why would I be mad at them? They helped me as much as possible. It's my fault I didn't listen. You know what I mean? But it's like sometimes you might just be mad at the world and blame everybody or blame everything, and I just had to take accountability for no, it's me. I wasn't confident enough. And I don't try to beat myself up because for the most part, especially with the first relationship, I was young and dumb. I was young, so I really try to give myself grace at that time. But the second time around, it's like, dang, you kind of knew a little better. But I still try not to beat myself up. But yeah, you live and you learn. It's like, dang, I still shouldn't be this shy. You know how old I am? Or dang, I should have, not made this stupid decision. Dang, why do I keep on having the same repetitive cycles? But that teaches you. The more and more you are self aware and know your repetitive cycles, the more and more you can break them. Because now at this point, you know what makes it repeat. You know what the root cause of it is. So now that you know the root cause, you can fix it and break it. And I feel like that's where I'm getting at. Like now I know the root cause of certain things, and now I'm able to like break the cycles. But some people think just breaking generational cycles and stuff like that is with family. Sometimes it's with lovers and different things like that too. It's a cycle there too that you need to break. So I could stop attracting these type of guys. I need to like be more confident and heal and know what makes me attracted to these type of guys and know what energy I'm getting off to make them attracted to me and all of that. And I think one of them is that I would say certain things like I deserve better, but I still stay like a week or two. No, as soon as I feel like I deserve better, I need to leave that guy. Not I deserve better and hope he hear that and be like, okay, let me start doing better. Because nine times out of 10, they might not. They might not care. They already effing up. You know what I mean? So sometimes I would say certain things like I deserve better. You ain't the man for me. Blah 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 blah. But I would still stay. So it's like I kind of knew, but I didn't because I still didn't move on. You know what I mean? But now I say that now when I get that feeling, I'm going peace in a flash. How to navigate in this world exactly, especially if you barely had guidance and stuff like that, and you're on your own and you got to figure things out on your own. Take some repeated cycles to get there. Yep. And I'm just at a point where it's like I'm fed up. I want certain things so bad. Even with saving for a new car, I noticed that I had bad patterns and priorities with that. It's like I could order a whole bunch of stuff I want off Amazon, and I noticed I didn't save nothing for my new car, and now I can't be mad that I don't have a new car. You know, I shouldn't have spent all that on Amazon. You know what I mean? So it's like, dang, what's with it that I'm not really saving and I'm not really doing right for this new car? And I feel like I figured it out, and I feel like I'm getting closer for with a new car because, I'm not gonna be like, oh, let me go get this off at Amazon, let me go do this, let me go do that. I'm gonna be like, nope, before any of that, let me get my new car, and then I'll order the things I want off Amazon. My priorities had to be together. Like I'm just telling you, like I was just lost. That was the problem. I was lost, and I needed more guidance. And for the most part, I had to get it on my own. So I try to again give myself grace because it's like I had to get it on my own. If you don't really believe it, then who's gonna believe you? Exactly. Yep. Exactly. So they probably was taking me as a joke, like, yeah, you could, oh, she's saying that thing again, but I know she's still gonna end up saying, you know what I mean? It's like, oh, okay, whatever. I'll wait till you calm down, and then I'll come ask for sex or something stupid. And nothing right. Or DoorDash, that's expensive. And I'm glad I haven't ordered from them in a while. And make it so bad, I think I thought about them the other day, but I was like, nope, nope, we're not doing that. I don't care how lazy I am. Let me go to the store. Matter of fact, that was earlier today. I thought about it. Hey, Ashley, yes, I am. Me and Stephanie is over here in an in-depth, good old conversation about these dusty men. Um, so I'm drawn, but yeah, now I'm kind of on finances too, though. But I thought about DoorDash earlier because I was like, dang, I'm kind of lazy. I don't want to go to the store. But I was like, nope. And I pushed myself and went because they are so expensive and, money can go there too. So now I really set like limits. Like I go to Kroger's, like I'm only going to spend this amount and nothing over it. And I got to stick to that so that I'm able to save. He said, we always talk about these dusty men. I feel like it's healing though. At some point, we're going to be done talking about them. But some of us still need a little healing. Still need a little wake up call. Still need a, we only dating. Yeah, we are. But I think it's good to be aware of not to go and be attracted to too, because some people still ain't aware and know what it is and know. So I think it's really good to kind of like backtrack and see just how they manipulated you. You know how sometimes you might go look at a message and see how that person got you in that terrible relationship. It's like, oh, that's how they manipulated me. Sometimes I don't recommend it all the time because it's like you don't want to keep looking at nobody page or it's not healthy. But I mean, sometimes it's okay to like look back and realize certain stuff because it's a lesson that you take with you in the future. So that's why I'm saying like with my two exes, long term exes, I learned a lot of lessons from them, and that's what's helping me now to attract generous men. So that's the only part I really appreciate about the connection because they taught me what not to go after, what red flags to look at. It's helping me to tell a difference between a really good generous man versus a dusty. Some people still need to know the differences. Some people still need to know the tricks and the manipulation because somebody can make it seem like they're a really good guy and generous and this, that, and the third. And the next thing you know, that mask fall off. We're trying to figure out before the mask fall off because usually we only know after the mask fall off and we're like, dang, it's a dusty. I want to be able to tell before that mask fall off when you're acting. And help do the things differently, right? Because yeah, definitely, I'm not dealing with a dusty right now, but I think it's definitely helpful to like, realize some things. Because some people can't like just jump from like, oh, I finally learned that like I shouldn't deal with these type of men. All right, let me jump into a good man's arm. Sometimes that woman is still going to be attracted to a dusty or still in love with a dusty or still, you know what I mean? Still don't know the certain ways or still used to it, don't know how to really deal with that generous man, you know? Because when I tell you I fail and I fail hard, they say you ain't supposed to fall in love. You're supposed to grow and build in love. And I'm thinking that's true. Because when you fall, what they say, stand for something or fall for nothing. So you're falling for nothing when you fall in love. You're falling for nothing because you haven't built a bond. You haven't built anything. So technically, yes, you're falling for nothing. It's like what you falling for. You barely know them. How you love them. Because you thought it was the twin flame, the soulmate, or like I said earlier, you got a couple things in common, or what you really falling for? What's the reason for falling right now? It don't even make sense. What you waiting for? Mm-mm-mm. Take a chance, you stupid. Oh, 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 oh. What you waiting? What you waiting? What you waiting for? Take a chance, you stupid. Oh. And I get it. It's like, don't get these dusties time of day. Don't even talk about them. I get it. But at the same time, this is like reminding us to not ever go back. Some people might still need help to remind them not to go back if they're thinking twice about it. Like, oh, maybe I should give them another chance, or maybe I should unblock them, or maybe this, or maybe that. And then you remind of all they put you through, and it's like, never mind. It's like, never mind. Hell no. Nope. Let me go back. It was somebody else that came in. Some dusty are very good at exactly. So this is you got to get up on your manipulation game. I feel like and some people are more advanced than others, but don't judge the people that aren't. If I could be honest, I could be up a little bit more on the manipulation game because coming from a person who grew up always telling the truth and being the good kid and the truth of the family and the person who didn't know how to lie because my facial expressions coming from this, my point of view, I wasn't used to much manipulation kind of thing. If somebody said they were joking and this, that, and the thing, I would let it go, even if I knew deep down with my intuition that they're manipulating. But it has to get to a certain point where you're 100% knowing that this person is manipulating you. It took me a minute, but I'm not going to beat myself up. It's just me being more woke and, realizing. Just like the other day, I noticed this dude, he barely was giving me communication, and I'm like, getting on him about it, but not too much because I don't care that much. But if we're gonna talk and all that, like, come on with it now. So he says what he says, whatever. We come to some type of understanding, not much. And then I feel like he wanted sex, or I don't know, he wanted something, and he started communicating more. And I knew he was only communicating more because of that reason. Because other than that, you barely communicate. Now all of a sudden you communicate, but it's only because you wanted a certain thing. You know what I mean? That's manipulation. Like, but some people they just assume and just blindly trust somebody and just give them you got to earn that trust. You don't just give them the trust. They got to earn your trust and your respect and everything. Therefore, with the twin flame, and so yep, I've been deal with the away with the twin flame and so many labels like years ago. Waiting forever, exactly. That was one of the main reasons why I was waiting. I'm like, screw this. So make twin flame my ass. I don't even care no more. As long as you treat me right, I don't care what label it's supposed to be. You feel me? I don't care what you call it, as long as you treat me right. That's just like with clothes. Expensive designer clothes and stuff costing more and stuff. I don't care, as long as you fit me right, you, you last long, you good material, you look good on me. I don't have to pay that much. You know what I mean? Same thing. You put certain labels on it, people think you're supposed to act a certain way. Nope. Ain't about the twin flames soulmate me, because some guys are even tricky and be like, I think you're my soulmate and manipulate you that way. Trust me, there's many different manipulative tactics that we probably don't even know about. And it gets deeper than you know. And I'm just trying to, help myself and put other people on game, you know what I mean? Especially us women that don't deserve that type of treatment. We need to be put on games with this stuff. So yes, I'm suggesting like, go after generous men, but I also want you to be woke with these dusty men too, because we still gotta avoid them in the meantime, you know. Because sometimes dust doesn't look like dust right away. That's why I said some of them can pretend and wear false masks and stuff like that, and you got to be able to know those ones too. Because there's some that look straight up dirty nails, dusty, broke. You could just tell right away that they ain't about nothing. But some of them, it take a little while, and then you figure out, oh, they ain't about shit. You know what I mean? And we needed to decode those ones too. Not just the obvious ones. Never giving free. That was my mistake. Giving the trust for free, giving the love for free, giving the food for free. You know what I mean? Shoot, I got good coochie, TMI, but giving that for free. Out of, oh, we in a relationship, or I love you, you so called love me, or whatever the case may be. No. You need some type of energy exchange and payment, even if it's not money. It needs to be true love. It needs to be something, you know what I mean? It's not a free, ride. It's not a free scholarship in this bitch. Yep, nobody teaches you about boundaries early on, so I had to teach myself, pretty much. Especially when you got terrible, like, toxic family around you and stuff too, it's even harder. Because it's like, dang, I'm getting it from the world and then I'm getting it at home too. That's hard on anybody. Or I'm getting bullied by groups of people. Like, that's hard on one person. I don't care what nobody say. And people will turn around and try to call that person weak, dumb, this, that. But it's like, bitch, you don't, fuck you. You don't know me or what I went through, you know? Fuck out of here. If you was in my position, you'd probably fold worse than me. You probably would have been killed yourself, to be honest. If you was in my shoes, you probably would. So fuck you. I think opposite. I think I'm actually strong because I would have been killed myself if that was the case. And even if people did, it's not weak. It's just like people can't take too much. Like no one person should be able to take all kind of stuff and all that shit in life. You know what I mean? So certain people might think suicide is weak. I don't, because you know it's too much on somebody. It's way too much on one person. You getting it from your boyfriend. You getting it from your family. Then you got fake friends over here. Then your job is shitty. Then this is going on. Your neighbor is shitty. This is going. That's too much. Yep, labels mean nothing if they ain't treated right. Yep. Luxury brands being manufactured in China. Exactly. Work in progress for life. Exactly. On that road. Yep. It's just too much on a person. It is. Too pure for this world. Exactly. You know. Of course, a nice person, um, a genuine person is gonna look weak to somebody that's evil because that person is not evil. So it's like most people that try to call me weak was evil, and it's like, sorry, I'm not evil like you. Doesn't mean I'm weak either, though, because I'm not evil. I can have my boundaries and stuff without being evil, though. I'm just not an evil person, and I'm not gonna change that just to look strong for certain people who are losers anyway. make it make sense. You know what I mean? Some people just want to drag you to hell with them, and that's not where I'm going. That's not where I want to go. You know, that's not where I come from. That's not where I belong. I know I'm God's child. I know I'm chosen. You know what I mean? So I know my lane. You know, I don't rock that way. I'm not evil. I don't like drama. I don't like confrontation. But if I have to stand up for myself, if I have to do what I have to do, then I have to do what I have to do. But I prefer not to. You know, I prefer not to get in all type of mess. Yep, that was me. Reminds me of me. Even if it's suspected she was too kind, but not anymore. I'm not that nice no more because I learned that that doesn't really get you anywhere. It's very dangerous to yourself because the more nice you are, the more people gonna see you as like stupid, a doormat, people pleaser, pushover, and then they're gonna think that they can get away with all this type of evil shit. Learned the hard way, so I'm not anymore. But yeah, I was definitely like at a point too pure and too nice and like, you know, feel super bad if I hurted a fly. You know, I was that like that at one point. I mean, sometimes I still am a little sensitive and like, dang, I didn't mean for that. I'm sorry. Like, you know, hope I don't get karma. But it's gotten better because yeah, that's it's dangerous. It's not healthy to be super nice like that because you'll be pulled. Energy will be pulled here and there, and it just gets very dangerous. Like, don't recommend. You know, you people pleaser. You trying to please John, Sally, and Sarah. And then what happens if you can't please them all at one time? Now you got three people pissed off at you, and you being a people pleaser, you're gonna feel like your life is falling apart because you can't please all three of them at the same time. You're not supposed to. As a matter of fact, you're probably not even supposed to please even one of them. You know, but like it's just not possible, and that's the energy of people being a people pleaser. They think they gotta please all these different people at the same time, and it's like I don't know who to listen to right now. I don't know who to befriend. I don't know whose side to be on. I don't know who, you know, I don't want nobody to be mad. No, let somebody be mad sometime. Oh well, it ain't your responsibility because they're mad. You didn't really do shit to them. You just didn't. You just weren't a people pleaser for them. You just weren't their victim. You just weren't. You know what I mean? If John and Sally said, "Hey, can you take my shift?" and now you're stuck, you're like, "Dang, I want to help both of y'all, but I can't help both of y'all." You just can't. You can't please them both and be like, "Okay, I'll take both of y'all shifts." If they're on the same shift, you know what I mean? One's probably gonna be upset and oh the fuck well. I got you, Stephanie. Yeah, I need to hop off too because I need to do some quick homework real quick and yeah. But yeah, it was a nice talk. And people wouldn't even thank you. Yep, it still happens sometimes here now, but it's gotten a little better. Or I would feel bad because I said I didn't want to read certain people energy because it didn't feel right, and then everybody started unsubscribing and doing all that, and then I'm like, okay, maybe I'll no, fuck that. I said what I said. I don't want to read your bum ass energy. It's negative. It's evil. You're probably a rapist. No, I don't want to read cards for you. Like I have a right to have those standards. But yeah, nice talking with you. Much love and blessings to you. Exactly, their own responsibility. Thinking it's other make others happy will be screwed. Yeah, because what about our happiness? The hell. You worried about Sally, John, Q, and Mary's happiness, and you forget about your own. You spending money on them, and then you look up, you ain't got nothing for yourself. If it ain't your kids, you probably shouldn't do that. But bye, love. What these want from us, okay? These motherfuckers want from me. Can't please everybody. All right, peace. Hope all is well. Make sure you guys continue to do what makes you happy, despite other people's opinions of you. Especially if they're doing worse off than you, you wouldn't trade lives with them. They don't have the best interest towards you, or your best interest at heart. Excuse me. Um, self love and confidence comes first before anything. Know that you're human and there's always someone who could relate to you. Life is a journey, so experience and explore. Do the best that you can. Take it one day at a time. And yeah, I've been on here for the longest, so I don't even know if I'll return back later on tonight. Maybe, maybe not. But I'm definitely going to be on Friday. I'm more than likely always on Friday. So that's always a day you guys can count on. Um, but yeah, peace. Much love and blessings.